The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning wants to wish you a happy holiday season and wants to let you know that Standard Heating is ready if you face a heating emergency. Their expert team is available through the holidays to make sure you stay warm and safe, no matter what. Become a Smart Club member so that you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're covered for the upcoming winter season. For more info or 24/7 emergency heating services, call 612-824-2656. Comfort you deserve since 1930.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93
Clown Phoenix.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
Oh, Santa Claus was kind of creepy as a kid. He sees you when you sleep in. We had a guy like that in our neighborhood, and we had him arrested.
Well, I heard that a popular gift this year are those personal DNA testing kits. They're pretty cool. You send in your sample, and then after a few weeks, you get a letter back that says, "Sir, that cup was for saliva." And
I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, d***less, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey he is. Hallelujah! Where's the Tylenol?
It's Christmas, you motherfucker!
Yeah, she's the final. Hell, I checked out mentally days ago. Welcome to the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. You're a dynamite crowd. You always are. But this is the last live program you're going to get out of us for a smooth week. Next week is our Christmas break. We wish every damn last one of you a happy holiday. Even the dickheads. I'm even going to go ahead and wish the 3 or 4 dickheads out there a happy holiday season, despite the fact that all you do is text in and bitch. I still want you to have a wonderful Christmas time.
I think,
what a guy I am.
You're a couple things, if I could compliment you. You said you've mentally checked out. And sometimes you say things about yourself that aren't true. Okay, that's a half truth. You've mentally checked out, but you haven't mentally checked out so much that you didn't make us all very much aware that you have mentally checked out. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep stuff right there.
If I could find a silver lining.
I appreciate that.
It's not like you're completely out of it. And
No.
also, what a great time of year to patch things up with dickheads. And you're right, there are some dickheads, but
I at least want to make an attempt.
I like to try and text back and say, hey, let's be pals.
So that's the situation we're in, and, hopefully.
Which backfires, and then they attack me. But sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes you're nice to the dickheads, and then that backfires on you.
Yeah, I think that maybe that just means they're comfortable and they know I will love them no matter what. I'll be a sounding board for that.
Okay.
They go after you. They go after your mom.
My mom,
Well, everybody goes after your mom.
That's
the
true.
nice people, the dickheads.
She's the number one target.
Yeah.
Even the most lovely people in the listening audience will go after my mom.
That's the spot we're in. We're wrapping up the week and taking some time to ourselves for the holidays. Hopefully, a lot of you are in the same spot that you can wrap up whatever you got to do today and then have some time to F off. On today's show, Shaver, Ryder, DePaola, Purple Pickham, and other stuff. I don't care.
DePaola's, he's becoming an internet celebrity. Some of the videos he's been releasing, especially promoting himself for the Pro Bowl. He's one funny dude.
We're going to play. I'm guessing before we talk to Andrew at 7:30, we're going to play audio of this little video that he put together to hype himself up for Pro Bowl votes.
Yeah.
It's a hype video, I think is what people call it. And he's dishing out bowl cuts
yep.
to young people at a barbershop.
And there was it looked legit.
Yeah,
not that he was cutting. That was obviously fake in a funny way. But it looked like people really got bowl cut.
Yeah.
Unless they did some incredible work, post-production work or something. Or they put on a wig. Okay, they put on a wig. Son of a bitch. Why didn't I think of that before?
That's kind of what I thought, too. They threw a wig on.
I'm not sure.
I don't think
you
so.
Can usually tell if someone has a wig on.
It looked
doesn't really
real
look like
to me.
Yeah, I don't think they were wigs. I think someone was dumping real bowl cuts on these kids who volunteered for the video. We'll have to ask them whose kids they were.
And the girl?
They look young enough where they would probably think it would be fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. And the girl, especially, she had long, beautiful hair, and she cut it all off.
So is that video up on our website? Can we do that?
Yeah, I can put it up there.
All right.
Yeah, we do have the audio of it. It doesn't sound the best because we had to pull the music from it, which never sounds very good, but...
Andrew DePaola will join us at 7:30. He can tell us all about this Pro Bowl hype video that we've been talking about. So, yeah, Shaver, Ryder, DePaola, Purple Pickham. We'll get a listener on the air, make some score predictions for the game on Sunday. And then soon after that, we're gone, like my name was Ron.
I want to thank Juicy Jerky Jesus. Ashley brought in like a little gift bag for us, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. He's trying to get me drunk, right? Because we joked about me getting drunk on the air. We found out that can't happen. But in this litigious society, we're not allowed to do that, unfortunately. But he provided so much nice stuff for if you wanted to have a couple on the air, including snacks and
How did this get into your hands, Ashley?
Yeah, I apologize if I... what was his name again?
Juicy Jerky Jesus.
Yes, I apologize to you if you thought I seemed afraid of you. We pulled into the parking lot at the same time. And so I was like walking into the door, and he was a couple steps behind me. And I was freaked out because I don't know who the heck is in the parking lot.
This morning, you're walking into the, how did you say it? You're walking towards the door, and there's a man behind you?
Yeah, so I came all the way in, and then
at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, I forgot my water bottle in my car, so I had to go back out to my car, and I was like looking in the parking lot, waiting for him to leave, and then I saw the gift, and I was like, oh, he was just being nice.
So he
even iced it down. I mean, that's how nice he was.
He dropped it at the front door. He didn't speak to you.
No, he dropped it at the front door. Yep.
Well, Ashley ran away from him.
Yeah.
I don't blame you
either.
Yeah.
The first thing I do when I get out my car here in the parking lot in the morning is look for lunatics.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he gifted you, Josh, a bag full of booze?
Yeah, well, to all of us. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. That was very kind of him. I mean, he really put some thought into this.
Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you, Juicy Jerky Jesus. But next time, let us know you're going to be swinging into the parking lot at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're going to give somebody a heart attack. That's not right.
I was telling Dana that's like you guys were saying, that's my biggest fear is to have somebody else in the parking lot with me at that time in the morning. It's dark out there.
That's not funny.
This is not the world's greatest neighborhood.
No, it's not.
I told you I had one day some guy threw a bike at me when I pulled into the parking lot.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Yeah, he threw a bicycle at Josh. I don't even think it was his bicycle.
I can guarantee it wasn't.
There was one day I was walking out of the building, and there was a dude wearing a clown mask, and he was changing his oil in the parking lot.
That is so crazy.
It was so creepy.
There was okay, wait a minute. Seriously?
Yes.
And like when we get here?
It was after the show. It was like around probably noon.
Was this on Halloween?
No, it was in the summertime. I was freaked out, and he like kind of turned his head and looked at me, and I got in my car and just took off.
Well, that had to have been a member of our staff playing with you or something.
I would think so.
I don't think it was because the front desk lady had to run outside and tell him to scram.
This
you sent the front desk lady to confront a man in a clown mask?
Dude, if it was Nicole, she's tough.
Yes, it was Nicole.
You didn't feel like you might have been responsible for handling that wobble?
I would have been stabbed.
Our front desk ladies have always been badasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always. There was I think you saw this too, Nick, though. Some sort of weird altercation in the parking lot this summer between two vehicles. It was like a road rage thing, and then some guy gets out and he starts like kind of jogging away, and three dudes tackle him.
I don't think I witnessed that. I think you did.
That was so weird.
I remember seeing that too.
Oh, you saw that as well?
Yeah,
I remember.
And then there was parts of the car littered all over the road.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't see the tackle though. Darn it.
Well, I don't know if I saw that, but the story is familiar. Nothing for me personally. Nothing will top the dude who showed up here 20 years ago, and again, 4:45, 4:30 in the morning. The guy who handed me the blueprints of the spaceship that he's building. That was my favorite ever. There have been a few wacky sumbitches who were wandering around the parking lot at 4:30 in the morning, but the guy who handed me the blueprints to his spaceship, and what was so special about it is he handed me those blueprints as if I've been waiting for them for my entire life. It wasn't, "Psst, hey, buddy, check this out." It was as if I was part of the planning the entire time, as if the next step in his plan was, get me involved. I didn't okay, dude, have a good morning.
He's exhausted, like, I just wrapped this up.
Yeah. He said, here we go. Here you go. And I said, well, here you go. What? And he said, no. This is what.
I would act
this is what I've been working on. Here it is, as if I've been expecting it. And then when I came into the building, when I unwrapped the papers he had folded so neatly, they were legitimate plans to build a spaceship. He and I were going to leave Earth together. And anyway.
Oh, geez, Jesus said Nick didn't know it at the time, but that man was Elon Musk.
Oh, no.
Get on SpaceX.
Yeah, he could have been a billionaire.
Did the blueprints look legit, in your expert opinion, Nick?
Yes.
They looked like it had a solid plan in place?
I kept them. So I'm going to be stealing his plans, and I'll act as if the two of us never met. Now, Josh, while you're thanking people, you wanted to thank Juicy Jerky Jesus for this gift pack that he creepily dropped off at the radio station this morning.
That's not his fault.
I got to tell you a story and thank a pimp for sending us something cool via the United States Postal Service. Got an email. Well, no, that's not accurate. This letter was inside the package that this individual mailed to us. It's a guy that I've had some communication with via text here at the radio station, and you can always get a hold of us, 651-989-9393. What up, players? A feller named Seth begins his letter by saying, what up? On your Thursday, December 16th show, you were talking about a group in England that did a calendar to raise money for their friends' medical bills. He wanted to give us a heads up. Max Park Place, which is a bar in Mazeppa, Minnesota, did a couple of calendars themselves to raise proceeds for a couple of cancer benefits. And he sent us the calendars and is expecting a donation in return, which I do plan on following through on. So the two calendars, one of them was from last year. It's the beefcakes of Max Park Place. Oh. All scantily clad, some completely nude.
Like, they don't show it, right? They got maybe a teacup over it or
I'll let you find out yourself, Cubby.
Okay.
Scantily clad, some of them completely nude, men that drink at, Max Park Place in Mazeppa. Now, they put this together last year. The proceeds went to two benefits. They made $1,700.
Oh, nice.
Incredible.
And this is people related to the bar and a campground in the neighborhood. They had so much fun. Ashley, I'll let you go through the men's calendar real quick.
I'm so excited.
There are some, these people, these guys, bar bodies.
Oh, perfect. That's my favorite.
Bar bodies.
That's what makes that better.
Yeah.
Now,
If they were all super cut and hot, it would be annoying.
be boring.
Yeah.
Now, because of the success of the beefcakes calendar from 20 plus 24, they're doing it again this year. This time, it's the Real Housewives of Max Park Place. All the proceeds, again, are going to go to cancer benefits, cancer charities. The ladies, scantily clad and some nude, from Max Park Place. Cubby, the very first picture, or how should you say it? The very first
Month?
It appears to be a naked woman taking a pee in a snowbank.
Oh, that's hot.
That's one of my new favorite things.
I'm kind of drawn to that myself. So, Josh, you go ahead and, if you like, the page through. So thank you to Seth. Thank you to everyone at Max Park Place. We will be sending a donation back to you for sending us these sexy sexy calendars.
First,
all of you look great. You look great.
This is incredible.
I'm looking at the lady here, and she has snowflakes over her nipples. Hubba squared.
There's a guy, the December gentleman. He's wearing a T-shirt that says "Lot Lizard Lover."
Nice.
Must be an over-the-road trucker, that guy.
These are the real housewives?
Yes.
Man, they married up.
They get it on in Mazeppa. And if you can't get some, here's the slogan in Mazeppa, if you don't know. If you can't get some in Mazeppa, you go to Zumbrota. It's not a far drive. And if you can't get some in Zumbrota, if you're really SOL, Pine Island, here we come. That's how it works down there.
So in July, there's a lady completely nude laying in a garden, and it says, "Pick me, I'm ready."
Oh! I mean, talk about a fun time. We should probably do a nude calendar around here at the radio station. That's something we can work on for 2025. So thanks again to Seth. How did he?
That would be really fun.
What did you look at there?
November.
What is she doing in November?
Oh my God! So she's at a Thanksgiving table. It's beautifully decorated.
Oh yeah.
And she's got her legs spread wide with a pumpkin pie that reads "Gobble Gobble."
Where is that pumpkin pie located?
Oh, I think you can guess.
Oh no. Thanks, Seth. You guys look like you have a good time.
This is great. Very funny.
Awesome. Give us a heads up. Maybe we should come down to Max and Mazeppa and party sometime. Just keep all those big beer-bellied dudes off of me.
Well, since we're in the giving mode, I have a thank you to all of you for another wonderful year. I brought in gifts.
Oh, you don't mean any of that.
Everyone. Which part?
You brought in gifts?
Yeah.
You always do.
All of it comes with some fancy hot chocolate ornaments.
Oh, I love hot chocolate.
Oh, dude, no way.
You're the best gift giver any of us have ever known. So I'm sure this is going to be too much.
I love hot chocolate, Josh.
I also got you each a large Metamucil because, you can't neglect your digestive system.
Metamucil.
Dude,
What does that do for me?
It'll help you poop.
Makes you poop.
It helps me poop.
Was there a deal going on?
Thank you for the...
Buy 4, get the 5th one free.
Costco executive member.
Thank you for the Metamucil.
Actually, for years I had to embarrass myself. Hold on a second.
Josh is walking around. If you're wondering what happened to his mic, he's walking around the room passing gifts to everybody. And again, I'm sure this is going to be too much because you always go too far for birthdays and Christmas.
Most thoughtful dude I know.
Show my appreciation. So, Ashley, I had to. Well, go ahead and open yours first.
Ashley's opening her gift.
Nice bag. Sloth on the bag. Love
Nice
that.
bag, she says.
Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, my gosh. No, I've never heard of this.
So it's like a fancy whiskey. And because you had mentioned at our Christmas party you were getting into Jameson, right?
Yeah.
And so I had asked the guy, I want something fancy. And then he was kind of looking at me like I was an idiot because I didn't know anything about it, right?
Yep.
But anyways, he said that's good, so hopefully he didn't steer me in the wrong direction.
This is so cool. It comes in like a really nice box. That's how you know it's fancy.
Comes in a really nice box.
Here we go. Now you did it.
You're really knocking him out of the park this morning.
Darn it. It's because I'm not paying attention to that. I'm just excited.
Josh, you gifted Ashley a fancy bottle of hooch.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Wow, that is a big bottle.
This is going to last me a while because you can't mix this stuff with anything. You're going to have to.
Yeah.
This just goes over ice.
Yeah, that's too good to mix with Coke.
Get ready over there, fellas. Cubby has left the studio to go over to your... See, this is how it works around here. Me, Ashley,
He's
and Josh.
got to walk away.
Yeah, it's about a half mile.
Josh, Ashley, and I are in one studio. Wapple and Dana are in another. So Josh walked over to give them their gifts.
Josh got us fiber, too.
Yeah, I want to be very clear that we're not joking about that. He actually got all of us Metamucil.
I've never taken Metamucil before. I don't have...
Probably when I was a kid.
I don't have constipation problems, Josh, but maybe one day I will.
It can lower your cholesterol. That's good,
And
right?
I'll tell
That's
you,
always
it's
good.
delicious as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very good.
Is it orangey?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, I like orangey.
Like orange Gatorade.
Yum.
Wapple, I hope you don't mind. I know you've been struggling with something. And I don't know if you're a big reader, but I got you a book I thought might help with that.
Wapple's opening right now.
I see that.
Is it a book?
Yeah, it's a book.
Oh, my gosh.
I hope I'm not trying to out you, but I want you to feel better about this, buddy.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Josh got me a book that is How to Live with a Huge Penis.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. I didn't want that out there on the radio, but
I know
I've got a huge penis, and it's a problem.
But sometimes if people share what they're going through, there's others in the listening audience that I'm confident are experiencing the same thing.
Yep.
Can you share us the title of Chapter 1?
Yes.
Share with us is how I should have said
There's
that.
a little something in there for you, too. You don't have to bring that up. Bud.
Chapter 1, Introduction, The Secret Shame. And then Chapter 2 is the history of huge penises.
Oh.
So it says you're not alone. Huge penises in history.
Yeah, it's good to know huge penises of the past.
The history of huge penises.
This will be a good bathroom read.
Chapter 1.
I bet Lincoln had a hammer.
Chapter 1, Abe Lincoln. Chapter 2, Dennis Rodman.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, Dana, I'm a little worried about yours because I'm afraid that any idea I had, I thought he's probably already got it.
Well, let's take a look.
So hopefully this is unique enough that you don't have it.
I understand that, Josh.
Yep.
You should have an email as well. Hopefully that came through.
It did. Then I just responded to that, and I'm looking at this shirt right now that you got me, and I do not have it, and it is effing sweet. Holy crap! It's Bills and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's
what?
It's two of your favorite things, right? The Buffalo Bills and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles combined into
awesome.
one shirt.
That sounds sweet.
Yeah, it's got Raphael dressed up in a Bills uniform and says Cowabunga. This is awesome.
That's so
This
cool.
is so cool, Josh.
Wow.
Thank you, dude. You're the most thoughtful MFer I know.
Well, I'm glad you don't have it. I was worried. I told my wife, I'm like, son of a bee, he's going to have this.
No, I have a Beavis and Butthead one. I did not have a Turtles one.
Nick, yours is more practical. I hope you don't mind.
I can't thank you enough. Let me see what you got here for me. Practical, he says.
Yeah.
Well, I already have this. It's the Mazeppa naked calendars. I was just telling
But
you
I
about.
thought you could have one for the garage and one for the fridge.
What is this I'm looking at?
Those are a pair of headphones.
Oh, my God.
Like some studio quality headphones because
This stuff costs hundreds of dollars.
it doesn't matter. But the headphones you have
Are garbage.
are not fair to a guy who's been in the business over half his life.
You know
They
what, Josh?
are
I've
garbage.
never thought about it like that. Why the heck don't you have good headphones already?
I mean, he has two. This is the truth.
Yeah.
He has two headphones that he has basically constructed into one pair that still sucks.
That's right.
He took the good parts from both. Well, I mean, good parts is too strong of a word.
You know, the big Ashley asked, why don't I have better headphones? Straight up laziness. I've needed them forever and ever, and I just can't bring myself to shop for them.
Well, it's
because,
not a fun purchase.
No,
right?
and as soon as I walk out of here at 9 a.m., I forget all about it until I come back the next day and I look at my headphones and say, my God, these are trash.
They fall apart every morning, too.
Yes, they do. They fall right off my face. That's unbelievable, Josh.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much. I'm going to put these on my skull for the remainder of the show, or at least I hope I can.
You're going to look so cool.
Yeah, I think you're going to be. It's probably going to weird you out having headphones that work. As
Yeah,
they're
This
intended
sounds
to.
too good.
Yeah, you're going to be like, I don't like this.
I'll probably sound differently throughout the rest of the show because I'll finally be able to hear myself and the rest of you. Thanks, Cubby. You should be expecting something in the mail from me.
Get out of town.
The mail.
All right, awesome.
Appreciate everything, Josh.
Yeah, thank you so much, Josh.
You're
Thank you,
still
boys
one of the
and girls.
best in the business.
Very kind of you guys.
There you go. I just can't say enough. What do I got to say here before we go? I'm already getting a couple requests this morning for me. This has been a tradition around here on our final broadcast before we take a Christmas break. I've already gotten a couple requests for me to tell the story of Grandma and her clam chowder.
Best story ever.
So I
Is
will.
that right?
It really?
It doesn't feel like the holidays without it now.
I will get to that before the show is over. Grandma's clam chowder story from 20 years ago. If you're new, if you have never heard it before,
Eat your breakfast now.
Gather the kids, put them around the radio.
I really hope you enjoy it. We ought to take a break, huh? It's our final, and we're off to a pretty good start. We'll be back here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
There's a douchiness to them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning wants to wish you a happy holiday season and wants to let you know that Standard Heating is ready if you face a heating emergency. Their expert team is available through the holidays to make sure you stay warm and safe, no matter what. Become a Smart Club member so that you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're covered for the upcoming winter season. For more info or 24/7 emergency heating services, call 612-824-2656. Comfort you deserve since 1930.
Named one of the best personal finance podcasts, The Stacking Benjamin Show with Joe and his friends makes financial literacy fun.
Back when I needed money, a lot of money, there were things that I did during my I need money years. One was really stupid. I didn't pay any attention to my expense line. I just thought if I keep making more money, life will get better. And that is a total lie. If you never keep track of the bottom line, no matter how much money I made, I spent that and more.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, I would just mess that up.
Find out more by searching the Stacking Benjamins podcast, wherever you listen.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Ultimate F-off day. Here we are. Firing up the stupid news for the final. And we got a week to ourselves. I feel pretty good about this one, Josh.
You seem happy. I like when you're happy.
Well, I got brand new headphones on my head.
How do they feel?
Oh, Jinx.
Oh, dang it. What do we do now?
What's happening?
I've never jinxed somebody at the same time.
You got a double jinxter, and then you get 2 Cokes.
Double jinx.
This has gotten out of control.
Yeah. Wow.
These headphones, they feel very comfortable. Thank you, Josh. Douchebag porch pirates are always a problem. Any time of year, holiday season or otherwise. But I imagine the overall front door step robbery numbers go up come this time of year with so many of us ordering Christmas gifts this and Christmas gifts that off of the godless internet. I imagine the numbers go up, sadly. Police in New Jersey are on the lookout for 2 ball bag porch pirate losers who snatched a package off somebody's front step. Of course, the crime was recorded by one of those cute front door cameras or whatever the hell they're called. These 2 teenage virgins, they knew they were being recorded. In fact, after they grabbed the item off these folks' front step, before they ran off like little bitches, one of the 2 dildos cut loose with a really poorly executed attempt at twerking. This was some of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, not good.
No.
And I'm not very good at it. It's probably on par with how bad I am. But the porch pirate thing, as you said, it's weird that I've heard cops say it too. They don't care that they're on camera anymore. Nope, they just don't. They know everybody's got one, and they don't care.
They wear masks. It's a big problem in my neighborhood right now.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
They cover their faces with a handkerchief or something along those lines. Yes.
Yeah, that's crappy. I know a lot of people are starting to get like lockbox type things that they put on their front porch.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be, harder to steal. It's not going to it's going to take more than one guy to come and grab it quick.
You could send them to those Amazon lock boxes. I see them all the time at like Cub and stuff like that.
I'm going to be honest, Wapple. I'm so lazy.
Yeah,
I'd probably just risk it. I'd rather risk it.
Just take my package. I'm not going to Cub.
Yeah.
So again, 2 teenage virgins, at least it's obvious to me, run up on somebody's step. They grab the package. One of them runs. The other takes the time to stop with a really poorly executed attempt at twerking. Word is the package contained 4 glasses and some baby items valued at around $74. Now, the homeowner who got robbed posted the surveillance video on something called the Ring Neighbors app to warn other folks nearby, look, we got a couple of douchebags running around town snatching packages off the... Next thing he or she knows, the homeowner, a day or 2 later, the same 2 virgins showed back up on their front step. They came back to the scene of the crime. And again, all of this is on video. And the kid who did the twerking was apparently feeling disrespected that his terrible twerk job had been broadcast all over the internet. The kid walked up on the doorbell cam thingy. He held up his phone with the Ring Neighbors app on the screen and says, "Come on, dude. Not cool, bro. That's my ass on the internet."
Not cool, bro. Come on. Not cool. Not cool at all. That's my on the internet.
And then he ran back across the street. Then 10 minutes later, one of the numbskulls comes back again, this time holding one of the stolen glasses, which was broken. Do you have audio of what he said at that point?
No, that's the only audio I could find.
Okay. He brings back one of the stolen glasses. It's broken. And the kid said, I meant to give this back. And he put the glass down on the front step and ran away again.
The only person I know who's had something like that stolen was a neighbor of mine. A porch pirate grabbed it, and this person that stole it was clearly troubled. And it was a gift for a 1-year-old. So they're like, why in the million years? He opened, so I had cameras, and he sat right across the street from my house. There's like a parking lot there, and just sat there on top of one of the boxes until the cops came. And just kind of like a lot of scratching, looking through what was going on, and sat on top of the box. It was the weirdest thing.
This happened to you?
No, my neighbor. My cameras just happened to catch it.
Oh, your camera.
Like he came back past Josh's house.
Yeah, he just walked from my neighbor's house to this parking lot across the street.
And what about scratching?
He was scratching himself constantly.
Like jock itch?
Well, no, it was like head and lower.
Oh, cooties.
That usually means something.
Could have been cooties.
It could have been cooties. Right,
So
he just
crazy
sat there on
person.
this box.
Okay.
Like he probably late teens, early 20s, this guy.
Weird.
Some freaks out there. So local cops in this neighborhood are asking folks to look closely at the video, hoping someone or another can identify these two plugs. I watched the video, and to me, these two don't look like hardened street kids or crackheads or anything like that. They look like local rich puke bags who think they can get away with whatever because their folks have money and they're really popular at their local high school or something like that. That's the vibe I got, which makes the whole scene even more ridiculous and frustrating to me. These kids don't need to be stealing.
Oh, it's for the thrill.
Yeah, it's for the thrill or to be popular, whatever.
Too dumb to realize the consequences.
And then, their folks are going to wet their pants when one of these days these kids get shot.
The video is up on 93x.com.
Yeah.
Local 34, Jesus said that the scratching I was referring to, he said they call that a meth itch. Maybe it was.
Yes.
I remember the Dave Chappelle bit.
Yeah.
Was his character on crack or whatever he's on? He's always scratching his face.
Uh-huh.
God, Dave Chappelle had some good bits.
Yeah.
The meth itch, they call it, huh? All right. As you can tell, I'm greatly aggravated by stories like that first one. I am wildly burned out by all these carjacking, porch pirate, break in your house type of people. So I really enjoy when one of them gets their ass kicked, or even something as simple as this here. A porch pirate scumbag swiped something off the step of a house in by damn Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. There they go, walking on up on these folks' property, thinking they're all slick. And the prick got his or her hands on the package. But it wasn't anything that anybody would want to get their hands on. It was a bag of dirty baby diapers.
That's so awesome.
Nice work, stupid ass.
I hope he got some on him.
Me too. This here deal was also recorded nicely on a front door camera.
And it is also up on 93x.com.
Hope you like that cold, wet Canadian baby diarrhea on your hands.
I hope it was fresh.
Didn't it kind of look like he smelled it? He tosses it.
Yeah, it looked like looked way too close.
Yeah, he was way too close to looking at it. So I was wondering if maybe he caught a whiff and thought, I don't want this.
Could be. They think they're swiping something of value. All this sumbitch got their hands on was a bag of dirty baby diapers. The homeowner goes by the name of William. He said his wife left the wet baby turd bag on the porch simply because she forgot to take it out to the trash.
I assumed it was maybe one of those services where people who use cloth diapers, they have a service come and they'll take them and clean them and bring them back.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, I use it frequently.
For like just a neighbor or yourself?
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do. My parents used to use those cloth diapers.
On your little behind?
Saves money.
Yeah, that's what they told us. I was like, gross.
Just kidding.
But they would wash it. So, like, our washing machine was just full of poop.
Oh, no.
Nah, man.
Yeah, one dude that I know that knocked a gal up, he spent a short amount of time with her and the baby before they all broke up. The wife went one way, he went the other. The baby went out on its own. Mm-hmm. They were doing that cloth diaper gimmick, and whenever I stopped by the house, I was just repulsed by that setup.
It's like the old handkerchief. You know, my dad, too, he had the handkerchief.
Yeah, there were dirty ones over here. There were clean ones hanging on the back of the couch. I thought, oh, God, get this out of here. But, yeah, I understand it's cheaper. That's what I'm told. So, dude, the homeowner, said this about the thief who picked up the dirty diaper bag. He picked it up. He eventually noticed that it's a diaper, and he just threw it back into our front lawn. It's pretty funny, the guy says. And he also went on to say, for God's sake, this is surprising. In Edmonton, he said there's been several instances of petty crime around the neighborhood over the recent months. That sucks, but we can relate.
A few people, including Raccoon King Jesus, are asking if we've seen Mark Rober or probably Rober's videos.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Nope.
Said he has a great solution for porch pirates. Is this the guy that's like a inventor? I've seen.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like
I
he's
wonder.
an
I bet
engineer.
it's that
That's
dude.
the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have seen. I didn't know that was his name. I've seen some of those videos. He's a genius.
Yeah, he sets like booby traps for people.
Yeah, because he worked for NASA. I can't remember his backstory.
He's
but
smart. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's some sort of engineer.
I could have been a good porch pirate if I was a piece of crap.
You could have been?
Because when I used to plow driveways, it would be like in the middle of the night, so like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I would constantly come up to people having packages on their porch, and I would put them in a nice little spot for them, but I could have just swiped it.
These people are doing the exact same thing without having to take a job as a plow driver.
See, that's where you screwed up.
They just
You were
wander
working for a
around the
living.
neighborhood in the middle of the night.
Or how about those dudes that just follow a delivery truck? Deliveries dropped off, delivery picked back up.
Now, I didn't know that was a thing, but it makes perfect sense. Yeah. It at least on the surface, it appears to be a pretty easy route to take if you want to be a criminal. Pretty easy. I mean, you don't got to break into nothing. You don't got to. I mean, if you're a car thief, you have to have a certain set of skills, I imagine. Breaking into homes, you're breaking glass, you're this and that. It's the simplest, stupidest of all the crimes. You just drive around a neighborhood. Oh, there's a package on that step. Weep, you're gone. It sucks. It sucks, but it is easy. I can understand the temptation.
Despite the awfulness, I would think it'd be kind of fun, like not knowing what's going to be in the package and opening it up.
Mystery box.
Yeah.
Ashley, I have that derelict side to me as well. I can understand the thrill of it. I can understand the fun of it. But at this point, it's just so widespread now that it's gotten me pissed, you know.
I understand.
When I was 18 years old, I probably would have been a porch pirate.
I definitely would have been in middle school.
Yeah. If this was a thing when we were kids ordering things off the internet and they planted on your step, I probably would have been one of these kids. Now, I like to believe I would have learned my lesson pretty soon. Someone would have beat my ass. That doesn't make any sense. Learn my lesson pretty soon. Learn my lesson fairly soon. And someone would have beat my ass. So, again, I get it. But it's gotten to the point now where I'm about ready to snap.
It happened when I was in high school. Kids called it garage shopping. You just look for an open garage and you go in there and try to steal a case of beer.
Well, again, that's different. That's different, though, that's different because you're entering someone's property.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it is the same thing since you're setting foot on someone.
Yeah, it's an open garage door. It's not like they're opening it themselves. They just drive down the street, look for an open garage door with nobody hanging in there, and they go in there and look around.
Oh, wait a minute.
I still feel bad about that.
So you guys did that?
Oh, yeah.
So
you were
I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah, we were. Okay,
actively? So you're saying you actively did it versus just, there's a garage door open. Let's see what's inside?
We were sneak thieves. See, now Ashley's woken me up now. Maybe I have no room to be judgmental. Maybe I have no stand or no room to be judgmental on any of this because, yes, we would go into people's garages. I mean, I've told you the story, but we stole all the booze out of somebody's house. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a massive hypocrite, I guess is what I've learned here. In the last few minutes, I've learned that I'm a massive hypocrite.
Every once in a while, I realize that about myself.
Yeah, I'm sorry I blew up now.
Yeah, like there'll be a technology that I despise and realize, oh, wait a minute. I have a lot of that. It's just a little bit different. Yeah. I've told you before where my son, I thought something was wrong with him because he's watching these unboxing videos of toys and watching kids play with toys. But I do the same thing with like computer programs and different audio equipment. I realized I have no room to talk.
By the way, Josh, you were referencing that character from the Dave Chappelle show, the crackhead character who would scratch at his neck. I never really saw the much of the Dave Chappelle show other than the Prince gimmick and what was the other, the Rick James gimmick.
Oh, I bet you'd love it. There's some ones I probably can't even say on the radio.
Mm-hmm. There were some friends of mine who were religious about watching Dave Chappelle, so I am familiar with a lot of the characters.
It's so good.
Even if I never saw the show, I'm familiar with the characters. So Grilled Cheese Jesus texted in, Josh, and said that character you're describing was named Tyrone Biggums.
Yes, that's right.
And he even added a famous quote from Tyrone Biggums. Are you ready for the quote?
Let's hear it.
Do you know what dog food tastes like? It tastes like it smells. Delicious. I almost died because of dog food, but that's a long story. Maybe I'll have time for it later.
God, I want you to watch, we got some next week off.
We do.
Watch some Chappelle show. I really think you're going to love it.
I'm sure I will. You know me. I just don't ever seem to set aside the time to watch these programs. Chappelle Show, A Modern Family. I believe you on all of these.
I know how to get you to watch it. All I got to do is just text your wife, my text pal, and just say, hey, start watching this, because that's kind of what happens is she'll be watching it, and then you'll sit down and watch something with her. That's how you learn about some of these other shows.
Yeah, if she puts it on the television. Oh, no, I'm sure Dave Chappelle's show was incredible, and that's all I've heard. Like I said, friends of mine were wild about it. Where were we going with this? Okay. All right, so I learned I'm a hypocrite. Maybe I've always known that. My damn. Say a prayer for the people of Zimbabwe this holiday season. They've got a terrible thing going on over there. They're having to take drastic measures. Turns out there's a terrible condom shortage in that part of the world. A terrible, awful, inconvenient, awful condom shortage. They're pert near smooth out. It's so bad over there, Josh, that sex workers and their customers are turning to unconventional methods before the two of them have sex for money. The sex workers are asking the fellers to up and use baby socks instead of rubbers.
A little braggadocious, but...
And I'll explain how that works shortly. It might not be what... I almost guarantee it's not what you're thinking. And it's what I thought initially, too. What you're thinking when I say baby socks instead of condoms, what you're thinking is the same thing I thought, but that's not what it is. And I can't wait to tell you, because it's disgusting.
Wonderful.
So the word is the Zimbabwe government denies they're getting low on Jimmy hats. But the sex workers say otherwise. I'm not trying to start a big fight here, Josh, but I'm going to let her buck. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The worst, stupidest sexual slang term ever created, I just said out loud, and that was calling a condom a Jimmy hat.
I never understood it.
That was so dumb, I couldn't stand it, but you couldn't escape it for a period of time. I'd say early 90s. Anybody who wanted to be hip referred to a condom as a Jimmy hat, and it sent my blood pressure through the roof immediately.
I heard it once.
So dumb.
I heard it once in a '90s movie, and I just, even as a kid, I was like, that's stupid.
That is
maybe that's
so
what started
dumb.
It. Do you remember the movie?
Can't hardly wait.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It is a very fun movie.
Do you think that would have started it?
I have no idea. I don't remember anyone saying Jimmy hat in the movie. I just remember staring at that actress the entire time.
Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah, it's a great movie simply because she wanders around in a tight blue dress for the majority of the movie.
I had a thing for her for a while.
Understandable.
You know what, Josh? I also dislike, because I told you I'm not afraid to go there.
Oh, you'll go there.
I also dislike sex. Nothing will ever top Jimmy hat as far as stupid sexual slang terms. But I also greatly dislike sex being referred to as sexy time. It worked for Borat. Anyone else who says it is a friggin' moron.
I said it yesterday.
Well, that's...
In what context?
I was being a dork and I made like a weird, you're going to make fun of me. I made like a weird scavenger hunt to absolutely nothing at the end for my boyfriend when he came home. And so I wrote like on the letter, go to where the sexy time happens.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
That's different.
You shouldn't have done that.
In the back shed in the backyard?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry I blew up. Anyway, they're almost clean out of rubbers in Zimbabwe. That's what we're trying to talk about here. And prostitutes are making their customers use baby socks before the two of them bump. And when I first read that information, I thought what you were thinking. That they're making the guys pull a baby sock over their rod.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I thought, that sounds awkward, uncomfortable, damn near impossible. Using a baby sock for sex? But that ain't it. The word is, the gal will fold them and then insert them, and they prevent fluids and sperm from reaching the cervix.
Oh, yeah.
So many people are about to get pregnant. So many people.
You think so?
Absolutely. That is ridiculous. That's like somebody telling you, like, yeah, just put some napkins up there. It'll block it. What are you talking about?
These talking about blocking the cervix?
Yeah, these ladies are going to get, like,
I've got
something bad.
I've got some napkins from my neighborhood Wendy's restaurant in the glove compartment.
That's
just
very worrisome.
Use those. But see, okay, pregnancy, that's not probably the top concern here. You're right. You're right. That sounds like an excellent way to get pregnant. But that's not what they're worried about. Here's the repulsive problem with that gimmick. Once the baby socks become damp, they wash them and they reuse them.
No.
Which they say here, Josh confirmed this, that increases the potential for infection, awful, terrible, red, burning infections because you're reusing the baby socks.
Yeah, you can't put stuff up there.
You're rinsing them. They rinse them out in the sink cubby and they
wring them out.
They wring them out and rinse them and use them again for the next guy an hour later.
They go down by the river with a washboard.
Question.
Oh, my God.
You have a question?
I have a question.
Yes?
For the gentleman on the program, and then actually I also would like your take on it, but obviously you're excluded from part of this. Would you ever, in a million years, finish within a prostitute?
No.
I like to get my money's worth.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I want to put on a show.
Yeah, me too.
I want to show her what I got.
Product of your work.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Look what I did. I did that for you.
Oh, my God.
When it comes
That's
to
yours.
When it comes to sex, Josh, I am not an avid indoorsman.
Yeah.
I'm an outdoorsman.
You know, that's funny.
Yes.
I am too, which is so different than, my normal nature.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So.
And I also want it as far away from me as possible.
You don't want it anywhere near you
get
because
out of here.
it's icky.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say.
What's wrong with you? Why would you accept that?
So some of these sex workers in Zimbabwe, they're even collecting discarded baby socks from mothers to use on the job. Are you and your baby currently using those baby socks? Well, no, they're kind of dirty. I took them off the baby's feet. Can I use them for a minute? I have a customer.
You post in your neighborhood buy nothing group. Does anybody have any spare baby socks they're not using?
Facebook Marketplace is just blowing up.
It was the same for all of us, right? We all assumed the baby socks were going to be used very differently.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never in a million years thought they were going to use them as a thingy. What do they call those thingies? Like a dam or whatever. Am I right about that? It's like a dam?
Well, there's the dental dam. What is the other one?
Sounds like that's what they're trying to
diaphragm.
get out of it.
What's the other one? Diaphragm. That's the word I believe we're going for, right?
No.
Ashley? No?
No.
What?
What's the thing that a
What are you
gal
saying
uses
no?
downstairs to block sperm ski?
I thought that was a diaphragm.
I guess no. Your diaphragm is what, like, how you breathe.
No.
Isn't it? Yes. I've never even heard of that.
That's your stop button if you get punched there.
I'm thinking of like those. Oh, what are they?
No, Josh is right.
I've never ever heard of that before. So I have
diaphragm?
no idea what you're talking
Well,
about.
somebody look it up. It's hilarious that you just said, no, a diaphragm is how you breathe.
Yeah,
There's
that's why I
also the
was like,
sponge, right?
It's the same term for two different things here.
The what? The
Yeah, it's a
sponge?
diaphragm.
Diaphragm.
Okay,
You're a woman and you've never heard of a diaphragm.
Never once.
Or,
Wait a minute.
Or a cervical cap.
I've never heard of a
I
cervical
wear
cap.
mine backwards, and I get heat from the older guys. Whenever I wear my cervical cap backwards, they all say, turn that cervical cap forwards. The older guys say that to me at the bar, Josh.
Actually, by the way, we're not mansplaining. I don't want to be accused of mansplaining.
Yeah, I've never. It's probably really bad that I've never heard of these. I think every teacher I've ever had and every woman in my life has failed me at this point.
Well, maybe
How do I
they're not
know
used
this?
anymore. Maybe we're just showing our age.
Maybe, yeah, because you think that would be way better than any type of birth control. So you think that when I got on birth control at a young age, they would have been like, hey, try this thing.
I'm glad you've never heard of a diaphragm because it produced a lot of fun here.
It did.
They're weird.
Now, oh, geez, Jesus, if I could correct him as well, and I'm not trying to be the well, actually guy. Yeah,
You're not trying to mansplain.
Nope.
You're not trying to be the well, actually
We're just
guy.
trying to figure this out together.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
yes. I have no idea what it is. So you're just teaching me.
Well, you know what? Maybe you don't even want one. Maybe they don't use it anymore. It is not an IED. I believe you're thinking IUD.
That's what I was thinking of.
An IED is similar to the snook from South Park.
Yep.
You guys remember the snook?
Oh,
Yes.
remember the snook.
I don't know this bit.
Yeah. You don't know the snook?
No.
I don't think we can mention it on the air, but I'll tell you off air.
Ashley, I don't want you to feel bad. I'm 53 years old, and people still need to tell me what's what on certain subjects, so don't feel bad.
A lot of people
But that was a lot. That was a lot of fun because
It was.
You're right. There is a.
Yeah,
I've heard.
that's the thing that's like right
I've
in
heard
your
top
chest area.
doctors.
You're
talk
right about that.
There's two different types of diaphragms. We're talking about the one that you throw inside a lady.
Because
not
if
my
somebody were able to get it to that diaphragm,
That's why
they need to be making movies.
That's why I thought, I'm like, am I completely wrong about everything in the human body right now?
To make you feel better, Ashley, this is a very true story, to the point where I thought he was kidding. I know a guy, he was 42 years old and had no idea, nor had he ever thought to ask what testicles were for.
I do feel a lot better. Thank you.
Do you?
Yep.
He had no clue. No clue what they were for, what they did, anything like that. Because he was having problems, fertility issues with his wife.
Yes.
And I was at the same time. I'm like, oh, yeah, both of us got bad nuts. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, our balls are bad. Testicles. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm like, wait a minute. You have no idea? He had no clue. No clue at all.
Do you think they were just there for fun?
He
Just
didn't
for
even,
show?
he never wondered. He just thought it was all part of the gig.
Just a soft spot if you get hit there.
Oh, my God.
Nobody bats 1,000, Ashley.
Thank you for that. That was incredible.
Nobody.
I have so many questions now.
And you shouldn't feel dumb. Maybe they don't do that at all.
It looks like they do sell them still.
They sell what?
Diaphragms and also cervical caps.
They don't look fun.
No, it doesn't look like a lot of laughs, but it's necessary, I guess, in some situations.
I like this description of the cervical cap. Soft silicone and shaped like a sailor's hat.
Oh, that's cute.
Medical device Jesus said, I had mentioned I didn't want to be the well actually guy. He said it's not well actually, it's well actually. Yeah, I needed to put a pause in there. He just well actually to me.
All right, God help us. Before we shut this this conversation down. Yeah, now what happened?
I know we don't have enough time to get into it, but eastbound at sundown, Jesus said, okay, please don't leave us hanging, quote unquote. What are testicles for?
Oh.
We'll have to get into it another time.
Yeah.
Google it.
We're running out.
No, they're not door knockers, whole frog protection, Jesus.
Here we go again with this nonsense. Check out the video. I imagine this is up on our website. Smashley can tell me one way or another. A very, very, very stupid lady got herself hit by a train while... Go ahead.
Taking a selfie.
Taking a selfie.
Yes, that's up on 93x.com.
This was in, how do you call it again, Taiwan. Stupid lady has her back to the oncoming train, standing damn near on the tracks. Of course, she's trying to record what she believes will be a totally epic video for her stupid Facebook page. And as the train goes whizzing by, she was standing too close, and the train blasted her in the back and sent her down onto the ground. Friggin' moron.
Not as good as the lady last week out of China she was Chinese. Maybe I can't remember where it was. And she got clotheslined by that tree branch when she's leaning out the window of the train. She's fine, so we can laugh about it. But, man, that was a great video.
Yeah, I thought I was going to see a decapitation there.
I did as well.
Yeah, she got hit good.
This lady, she got popped. She went down, skis. Listen to this. What has happened to the world? I want to have a text exchange with the author of this story, because the author writes, the train driver sounded the horn. It's an engineer, you donkeys. Train driver?
Maybe it's a translation issue.
What's the matter with... the engineer did sound the horn to let stupid ass know he was a-coming. Gal didn't pay attention at all. Next thing you know, as my bro Curtis would say, smashola. The lady was bandaged up on scene before being rushed to a nearby hospital. She died. No. She's going to be fine. Her left foot turned up broken.
I thought I should delete that video then.
This gal was warned by other folks. Way before the picture was taken, she was warned by other folks. Look, stay away from the tracks. She didn't listen.
What a dummy. Yeah, I don't really get that. I don't understand that fascination.
Dude.
I'm not trying to be all judgy, but it's kind of silly that goes on.
You know, you can go ahead and be people once in a while.
Be people?
You don't want to be judgy. You don't want to mansplain. You don't want to, what was the other thing? Be the well-actually guy?
Right, yeah.
You can just go
I
ahead.
haven't wanted to be a lot of things.
Be a dick.
What else don't I want to be?
Yeah.
I don't want to be a mortician. I don't think I could handle it. I don't want to be run over by a train.
No one wants to be run. Once in a while, Josh, just spit nonsense into the mic without some kind of forewarning or something like that.
I'll give it a shot.
Be the bad boy of this operation.
I'm a little bit of a bad boy.
I know you can carry that.
I got a reputation.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I'm keeping very close contact with them, yeah. I'm an avid Timberwolves fan now, so I kind of be watching a lot of the games. But when I get a chance, they're still my brothers, you know. My love for them is always going to be there.
I love you, Carl. Really was special last night before the Timberwolves took the court. Carl sitting there on the bench with the New York Knicks, and they played a little tribute video to Carl. You could see he was getting very emotional. It was really, really cool. And then the game, it was embarrassing. Friggin' embarrassing last night. That may have been the worst Timberwolves performance I've ever seen. Just ungodly bad. Sucked. First 5-6 minutes looked like it was going to be a great basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute dog feces beyond that.
Obviously, I watched the game, but are you being sarcastic?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean, obviously, I watched it, but...
you really didn't see any of it?
No, nothing. I watched the stuff with Carl, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody talking about it.
You didn't see tip-off or anything after tip-off?
No, none of the actual
feces.
Basketball. It was that bad.
Oh.
Worst game of the year.
The second quarter may have been the worst quarter of basketball any team has ever played in the history of the game. It was just, they were, I don't understand.
For Carl? Did they do that for Carl?
Maybe they did.
Yeah.
Carl was beautiful out there.
Yeah, he dominated.
He looked beautiful. Everything he did was, it was just a suck farm.
Yeah, 18 points in the second quarter. Ooh.
Wow.
Well, that's not the part that troubles me. It's the fact that in that second quarter, the Knickerbockers scored 37 Yes.
41.
41 to 19 or 18 in the second quarter.
Well, I saw the headlines about Carl. He got, what, 30 points, 22 rebounds? Yeah. So I didn't think to look up what A1 from day one did.
17 points. The whole the whole roster for the Wolves was just, I don't get it. This is a problem. This is a problem. We'll get more into it with those other fellas that come up later. What are their names again? Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder. The Pigs are at home tonight. Somebody played someone in the NFL last night, and somebody won, somebody lost. Coming up at 7:30, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, Andrew DePaola going to be joining us also. We got something really cool to talk to Andrew about. He's released a hype video to try to get his carcass into the Pro Bowl. I don't know what he's worried about.
Funny.
He knows our listeners are going to put him in there like they had the last couple of years.
Yeah, I saw that. So on the social media posts that they put out, the Vikings, there were a bunch of members of the Brother and Sisterhood that said some nice things. That was very cool to see.
That's awesome. If you want to see the hype video, it is up on 93x.com now, too.
Word. Having a little trouble with my breathing. I get check my will you check my diaphragm?
The one that's preventing you from getting pregnant, or the one that helps you breathe?
The first one. We'll be right back with Josh's news report.
There's a douchiness to them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning wants to wish you a happy holiday season and wants to let you know that Standard Heating is ready if you face a heating emergency. Their expert team is available through the holidays to make sure you stay warm and safe, no matter what. Become a Smart Club member so that you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're covered for the upcoming winter season. For more info or 24/7 emergency heating services, call 612-824-2656. Comfort you deserve since 1930.
My World with Jeff Jarrett takes wrestling fans behind the scenes, along with King of the Mountain, Conrad Thompson.
I wanted to ask you about what you know, if anything, on the new WWE ID program, where they're apparently going to be working with some independent wrestlers.
My encouragement to any independent wrestler out there, build your value and then understand your value, and then you create your own leverage. There's no substitute for hard work and getting over.
My World with Jeff Jarrett, wherever you listen.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
We love them. They're great neighbors. I have only positive things to say.
Hi. Jasmine here with KCAL. Any comment, Mr. Williams?
Making bomb threats is no way to climb the workplace ladder, Mr. Deputy Mayor. Los Angeles Deputy Mayor of Public Safety Brian Williams found himself on administrative leave Wednesday afternoon after he was linked to a bomb threat against City Hall earlier this year.
The deputy mayor of, what was the term again? The deputy mayor of one more time.
Public safety.
Public safety.
Yeah.
And now he's a bomb threat.
Yes, the irony is thick, is it not?
Yeah.
According to the LAPD, their investigation pointed to the 52-year-old as the likely source of a bomb threat. Then things got real Tuesday when the FBI raided his home. In a statement, a spokesperson for the mayor's office said the mayor's office was notified the FBI searched the home of Deputy Mayor Brian Williams yesterday as part of an investigation into a bomb threat made against City Hall earlier this year. He was immediately placed on administrative leave. Williams, who stepped into his role in March 2023, was responsible for coordinating with the LAPD, Los Angeles Fire Department, and other emergency services. Ironically, that working relationship led to the LAPD handing off the investigation to the FBI. No word on a possible motive for the deputy mayor's alleged bomb threat.
What did they find in his house? A bunch of bomb-making items and whatnot?
Well, it was a threat. So I don't think that they found anything that I could tell.
Just the threat.
Yeah, he made the
checking his computer and whatnot.
I'm sure the computer, yeah.
Well, that's not right.
Boy, I'm late for this meeting. Oh, I got an idea. I'm kind of the guy in charge of this stuff.
God dang.
If this is true, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Colorado police were on the hunt for a holiday heist suspect after baby Jesus was swiped from a nativity scene. But then, in a surprising twist, the culprit had a change of heart and returned the figurine yesterday along with an apologetic note. Fort Collins police first announced the theft Tuesday with a Facebook post. This Grinch tried to ruin Christmas by stealing baby Jesus from the Old Town Square nativity scene, they wrote. The crime on Christ happened early Sunday morning at 2:19 a.m. Despite the nativity scene being surrounded by restraint fencing, someone scaled it and made off with the tiny savior. Fast forward to yesterday, and the stolen figure made a miraculous return. It was anonymously dropped off at a local fire station, accompanied by a scribbled note of regret. I'm really sorry. I made a dumb mistake in the moment. It won't happen again, the remorseful young man wrote. As of now, police say they don't have any leads on the repentant thief.
They don't have any leads?
No, I mean, they got a picture of the kid. They're going to find him.
Fort Collins, it's a college town.
Well,
check the frat house.
I understand the appeal. I would have probably snatched baby Jesus when I was younger.
I told you I had a buddy who now is a priest, ironically enough, but he chopped the head off a baby Jesus statue at our school.
That's just bad
It's like the ultimate sin.
At the time, he hated Jesus? Or
No,
what?
just to, be a guy.
That guy.
Just for laughs. And this kid looked like he was having a blast when he's running away, but obviously felt bad about it when he sobered up.
Me and a buddy once, we stopped by a garage sale in the neighborhood, and they were selling one of those plastic nativity sets that kind of lights up. You put in the front yard, and my buddy looks at the guy who's running the garage sale and goes, "How much just for baby Jesus?" He's like, well, it's going to be tough to sell the rest of the set without baby Jesus.
You got to haggle.
All right, I'll throw in the rest of the set for the price that's listed on the sticker.
How much for just the baby Jesus?
I
love that.
This childhood buddy of yours, Josh, he really is a full-on, 100% all-out, all-American priest?
Yeah, and a watchmaker on the side.
Huh. Yeah. How does he? Wow. Have you talked to him much lately?
Oh, it's been years.
Okay.
Not since maybe our 10-year reunion.
Okay. I wonder what he makes of that lifestyle.
He seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was on his way to becoming one then. Bright guy, just made a bad choice. A 51-year-old Florida teacher barged into his ex-girlfriend's home and unleashed a violent attack on her boyfriend. Now, instead of grading papers, the teacher is facing some serious charges and possible time behind bars instead of being in front of the blackboard. The woman heard furious banging on her door Saturday night. Standing outside was her ex, Thomas Griffin, who wasn't stopping by for a friendly chat. He demanded to know where her new boyfriend was, and when she didn't oblige, Griffin barged in. He began an impromptu house tour until he found his target sitting on the couch. According to authorities, Griffin grabbed the man by the throat, slammed him against a wall, and choked him. But Griffin wasn't done. When the man managed to walk away, he followed him, got into his face, and delivered a punch that sent him sprawling. Not satisfied, Griffin pinned the man to the ground and pummeled him with more punches until the woman stepped in and he took off.
Good Lord.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd didn't mince words about the incident. The suspect forced his way into the home and violently attacked the victim. As a teacher, hopefully a former teacher, Griffin holds a position of trust in our community. That trust has been shattered, he said. Griffin, a teacher at McLaughlin Middle School in Lake Wales, has been placed on administrative leave while the district investigates.
So he's one of those, where's your boyfriend type of guys, huh?
A former buddy of mine.
Also a priest?
No. Former buddy who is now a former cop, who I actually set up with my wife before my wife and I were officially dating.
A lot of twists to this story.
Yeah, whoa, I want to hear more about that.
I got you so far.
She brings this up a lot because of the information I'm about to give you. He did the same type of thing. He broke in. He was kind of prowling past his ex's house, recognized a car in the driveway.
Oh, come on, dude.
And busted in and threatened the guy.
Broke into the house.
Oh, yeah.
And now
kicked
he's
down a door.
This is when he was a cop?
Yeah, and he's no longer a cop.
This is why he lost his job.
Yes.
And he almost dated your wife.
Yeah, but that was only my fault.
So that could have been her.
This was pre, that incident.
Are you still friends with this individual?
No, that was pretty much
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Was that the end of it with the relationship with your wife because of that too?
Oh, no, this was before. This was, hold on a second. After he was with my wife, he dated this girl.
Okay.
And then,
I mean, what is there? Are you convinced there's no other piece of ass in town? I mean, get over it.
That's weird because he was such a cool dude.
Get the hell over it.
Yeah. She must have been something, though. I didn't know this girl.
Well, you may be right about that.
Yeah. Some people take their love of football way too far, but a South Dakota man turned his fandom into a felony. The 44-year-old is heading to prison after attacking a 40-year-old woman because she ripped his Denver Broncos jersey. So he beat her with a can of beans.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Police and emergency responders were called to a motel in Rapid City after a 911 call for medical assistance. When first responders arrived, they found the woman unconscious with significant bruising on her head, neck, and face. The man initially denied involvement, but later admitted things got physical during an argument over his Broncos jersey. He claimed the woman grabbed it, it tore, and in the heat of the moment, he struck her in the head with a can of beans one time. Due to the bean beating, he'll face the next 15 years behind bars.
Wow, my damn.
Oh, like you said, Ashley, I bet that was so painful.
Heck yeah. Especially if it's one of those big family-sized ones.
Oh.
Yeah, you're in trouble there.
You could kill a guy.
Yeah. A 23-year-old from Claremont, Florida, found herself in handcuffs Tuesday after a dangerous drive through a school zone ended with multiple traffic violations and an altercation with law enforcement. Laura Alexandra was spotted near Ridgeview Global Studies School by a Polk County Sheriff's deputy speeding through the school zone while looking at an iPad and neglecting to wear her seatbelt. When asked for her license, she admitted she didn't have it with her. A quick check of her records revealed her license had actually been suspended. Upon searching her vehicle, they found that suspended license tucked away in her purse, along with some marijuana and a grinder. Things took a turn again when she reportedly elbowed the deputy in the chest as she was being taken into custody. Sheriff Grady Judge said about the incident, "I don't know if Miss Alexandra celebrates Christmas or not, but she's certainly not spreading joy this season," Judge said. "If you're driving illegally, you probably shouldn't draw attention to yourself by speeding through a school zone while looking at a mobile device and not wearing your seatbelt." Trouble didn't stop there. Once at the Sheriff's Processing Center, Alexander became aggressive again, biting a deputy's arm and even attempting to bite him a second time.
Ouch. Biter. Scary. I don't like biters.
It's a bold stance, actually.
Police in Massachusetts responded to a report of a trespassing snake inside a resident's home, but found the supposed serpentine suspect was a fake planted as a prank. The Needham Police Department said on social media 2 officers and the city's animal control officer assisted the caller, who was very upset. With no regard for his safety, Officer Matthew Palmer grabbed the snake by the head to bring it safely outside, but no one could have guessed what happened next, police wrote. Palmer quickly realized the snake in his hand was a plastic replica. Another tenant in the house, aware of the woman's fear of snakes, had planted the fake snake as a prank. From a fake snake to fraudulent funds, movie prop money is causing concern here at home. Phony $100 bills used as movie props are circulating the Rochester area, prompting a warning from police. Rochester PD shared Tuesday they've already snagged stacks totaling $45,000 in fake cash floating around the city. While the bills look somewhat convincing at first glance, they're clearly marked with prop movie money and for motion picture purposes. Anyone who comes across one of those bills is urged to contact police.
You see any of the pictures of the bills? You think you'd fall for it, or is it's very obvious?
Well, you know, people have said in the past it's pretty obvious and they're surprised. Like texters have said, you know, if anybody falls for that, they're really not paying attention. Maybe it's mixed in with some other stuff.
It's incredibly, I mean, it's so obvious, especially
You've seen
like,
it?
yeah,
Doesn't it
because I
feel
used to work
different,
at it feels way different. And I used to work at a bank. So like anybody that like handles money for longer than like 5 days would be able to tell. And also most places have, you know, those little markers that you swipe, or they have a money counter. I'm just surprised anybody gets away with this anymore.
Well, let me know if you get your hands on this fake movie prop money, because I got to tip my garbage man here for the holidays.
He leaves, goes, what a nice guy. Wow. He gave me $300.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
And then he's led away in handcuffs as he tries to buy gift cards at Walgreens.
Well, whatever. He dropped my can once and broke it and didn't do anything about it, so I owe him one.
A couple new movies premiere in theaters this weekend, including the 3rd installment of the popular Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite against a powerful new adversary, Shadow, a mysterious villain with powers unlike they have ever faced before. Also in theaters, Mufasa, the Lion King, a prequel to the beloved classic, exploring Mufasa's early life and rise to royalty in the Pride Lands. Today on Max, a juror in a high-profile murder trial wrestles with a profound moral dilemma, torn between decisions that could either convict or exonerate the wrong person, altering the course of justice in the streaming premiere of Clint Eastwood's Juror No. 2. And finally, Sunday on Disney Plus, the Season 3 premiere of What If, an animated anthology series reimagining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, creating a multiverse of infinite possibilities.
That sounds good.
Oh, you know what? You might like it. It's more creative than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, all right.
I'm a little burned out on that kind of stuff, but you might like it.
I'll probably run out of things to watch eventually over the 2 weeks we have off. So.
Well, we're back for a couple days in between there. Don't forget that. You know we are coming back on the 30th and 31st, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we expect you to be here. What up to the XL Energy guys and gals from St. Jesus? You know, one of the coolest guys I know works at XL Energy. Hey, Fred.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, I think you'd like him. Victory Motorcycle Jesus said, don't forget to give a thank you shout out to the real Santa that everyone else takes our credit for. UPS, FedEx, Amazon, USPS. We've been busy delivering your wives dildos and vibrators, he said. Thank you. Congratulations to Double D Jesus finally getting a ring put on it. It's about damn time, says Fun Size Jesus.
Yay, congratulations.
Good luck to comic book nerd Jesus. He's got his first colonoscopy coming up Christmas Eve. Tracker driving Jesus text the Luther Bloomington Kia text line to wish River Pisser Jesus a super duper birthday. Happy birthday to Tucson nurse Jesus listening from University of Arizona Medical Center. We appreciate that. Clock sucking Jesus also checking in from Arizona this morning and wants to wish Antonio an early happy birthday.
Antonio?
Yeah. As he enters his teenage years tomorrow. To speak in his vernacular, because I have a new teenager, that's some serious W aura, Antonio. Happy birthday to Missouri Shane from Chantel. Need vitamin V, Jesus. Text a very touching shout out to his beautiful wife. Their family's glue. Happy 41st to her. Also happy 41st to Dual Exhaust Jesus. And that's 93X News.
The Minnesota Vikings interview.
That's more encroachment when you go that far. You go what? That's more than encroachment.
Touchdown! Vikings win it! On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hi, I'm Andrew DePaola, and if there's one thing I'm a pro at, it's bowl cuts. Next, I'm also a pretty good football player, too, and I need your help voting into the Pro Bowl.
I know I'll be voting for Andrew DePaola, and you should, too. Vote Andrew DePaola into the Pro Bowl.
Ultimate F-Off week around here. Ultimate F-Off day today. Our last live broadcast before Christmas. We're on our own next week. It's our Christmas break. Before it's all over with, we need to get these three cutie pies into the mix. Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder, Vikings long snapper, Andrew DePaola. Hello, boys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And? I only heard two voices say good morning.
Steve Brad.
Is everybody there?
I'm here.
It's always Brad.
It's always my fault.
Are we missing somebody?
Sounds like we're missing Depot.
Yeah.
He should be there.
Brad Ryder, you sound extra sexy today.
Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, I got this bronchitis voice going.
That's hot stuff.
Why don't you just go back to bed? Why are you calling?
Yeah, really.
Why? Because I like you guys.
You sound so out of it. I love it.
He also sounds heavily medicated.
Yeah.
Are you?
I kind of am.
Yeah? What are you on?
Yeah. I'm on NyQuil yet from last night.
Oh, dude, you totally are a little zooted.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Brad Ryder told us yesterday that he caught bronchitis while ice fishing with a bunch of barrel-chested sumbitches up in Baudette. And now you sound high as a giraffe's ass.
Well, I took a bunch of NyQuil last night, and I'm not sure it's worn off yet.
You're just so calm.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nothing's going to rattle him.
You sound cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Are you gonna be difficult to control this morning, maybe?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. I'm sorry you're so sick, and you can hang up at any time. You're sick.
No, I actually feel fine. I sound like
yes, Brad.
Yeah, I put in my 1 day, and now you're done with me. So yeah,
that's enough out of you, Brad.
All right,
you're sick.
Depot should be on the line now. Depot, you there, bud?
Oh, I'm here.
There he is.
Hi, Andrew.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, and Merry Christmas, and nice job on the hype video.
That was funny.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot easier than it
looked. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, did you see Depot's Pro Bowl hype video?
I have not seen it.
I'm going to look it up right now.
It's on our website.
On 93x.com.
Very funny stuff.
Who produced it?
Yeah, go ahead, Andrew. Tell us all about the making of the hype video, where'd the idea come from and all that.
Yeah, I guess last year we did a similar video. I was bowling, and this year I got with the same guy who did last year's video. Super creative, way more creative than me. And I was like, hey, you want to do another one? He was just like, I do. Give me some time to come up with ideas. And I was like, okay, I figured I'd hear from him like a week later. He comes back to me later that day. He's like, all right, I got 4 ideas. And he laid them out to me. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this stuff's just going through your head? And he was like, yeah, this is what I think of. I'm like, all right, that's neat. And the first one he told me was this one, the bowl cuts. And I was like, that's amazing. Let's make it happen.
It was very funny.
Oh, yeah. The part where you're looking right into the camera with the clippers and scissors. That was so good.
And I'm watching it now with the fingers and the whole,
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Yeah, he did a good job. He spliced a lot of good stuff together. That was fun. That was fun too.
Who are the kids involved?
Yeah, who are these young people? And those were real bowl cuts they received, right?
Those were real bowl cuts.
Oh, yeah.
We actually cut their hair.
The girl even too?
Yeah, she had beautiful long hair.
So I walk into the salon where we did this, and there's 2 guys sitting down, and then the girl, and then there's one guy already in the chair. And I was like, all right, guys, like, this is awesome. I can't thank you enough. And they're like, oh, yeah. And they're like, and her too. I'm like, no, no. And I asked her like 4 or 5 times, like, are you sure you want to do this? And she was like, oh, yeah, I want to do this. And I was like, okay. And then she goes, by the way, who are you? I'm like, what? Why are you here? You know what's going on? She's like, I'm getting a bowl cut. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, she could pull it off. She was very pretty with the bowl cut. I was surprised too that she cut all that off.
I'm Justin Jefferson, he says.
That's so awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. When she got hers, I was like, oh, okay, girl, like, do your thing. Like, she was actually she pulled it off really well.
Yeah.
Again, check our website, 93x.com, if you haven't seen Andrew DePaola's Pro Bowl hype video. He's dumping bowl cuts on a bunch of young
you're
kids.
eating cereal at the end of it.
Yeah, the ending's the best. It's a huge bowl.
And do we have a link to vote, Ashley?
Oh, yeah, I can attach that to the video, too. It's on a part of the video, but I can make it easier for people.
A link to vote. Yeah, thank you, Josh. I never would have come up with that. I'm just I'm mesmerized by the video. How are the votes going? Are you keeping track of that type of a thing? I know, was it a week ago or so we found out you were leading your respective position?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure like the results, but they usually release like the top 10 at each position on like Monday or Tuesday. And I know, like, last week I was leading. I'm not sure about this past week. I don't know if I was still leading or not.
You're going to win.
I was telling the guys earlier on some social media, I saw plenty of members of the Brother and Sisterhood commenting, saying they're going to vote. I thought that was really cool.
You'll win again. Andrew, where do you go? Vegas? Is it Vegas?
I think it's
Orlando, I think. Orlando again.
Yeah,
Orlando again. Not sure if they'll ever do Vegas again. I don't know.
Did things go sideways in Vegas?
It's just, there's a lot of trouble to be had in Vegas.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys did as much as they possibly could to get in trouble.
How many of us actually received a bowl cut haircut from our folks or a barber or whatever when we were kids?
Oh, my dad would give us the bowl cut before school, and then the last day of school, he'd just shave our heads.
For the summer.
There you go.
So, Randy Shaver, bowl cut, Brad Ryder?
I grew up on a farm, so of course I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Early on, yes. I would get that or the military cut, which was basically cut everything. So
the hiney.
When I was little. But
my mother would dump terrible haircuts on us when we were kids, but we never got the bowl cut. But she certainly was the type that would say, well, there's no need for you to go off to the barber shop when I can just do it myself. And it just was embarrassing because she'd make us sit out in the backyard. Obviously, in the summertime, we'd sit on a chair out in the backyard while Mom cut our hair. The whole neighborhood could see how miserable we were because she didn't know how to cut hair.
We literally had a bowl on our head when my dad.
Yeah, we didn't have that experience.
And it was, I'll never forget, it was like this metal bowl that he would put on our heads and just go for it.
You end up looking like Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber, you know. Andrew, did you ever receive a bowl cut?
Actually, never had a bowl cut.
Yeah, that was
that's an older generation
tradition. Kind of died after a while.
Yeah.
Well, the kids look great.
I was around during bowl cuts. A bunch of my friends had them. I never had one. I mean, I'm sure you could probably like pass one off and like, it's kind of a bowl cut, but I never actually had a true bowl cut.
Lloyd Christmas, would that be the most famous bowl cut in pop culture?
What about one of the Three Stooges?
Oh,
Christ!
I
can't think of his name, the big guy.
Moe.
Yeah.
Larry Moe and Curly.
Yeah.
It would be Moe.
He had the bowl cut.
Yes, he did. He's the ultimate bowl cut icon.
Yeah.
We got to say Moe from the Three Stooges. Oh, that's beautiful.
I missed that joke.
I keep pimping the movie.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm. What was that, 20 years ago?
Was it that long ago? Let's see.
20 years ago, somebody made a Three Stooges movie. That Larry David, is that his name?
Yep.
He has a bit part in it. Curly is played by Will Sasso, I believe.
Yep.
The other actors who portray Larry and Moe, I don't remember their names.
Sean Hayes was Larry.
This is, not only is it a very funny movie, the three guys who portrayed the Three Stooges, when was it, 20 years ago, Josh?
It was 12 years ago.
Oh, my God, it seems like. They are absolutely flawless. If you follow
They nailed it.
Beyond nailed it. I will always pimp that movie because those guys, brilliant.
And speaking of Dumb and Dumber, it's made by the same brothers that made Dumb and Dumber, the movie.
Yeah, the Fairley Brothers.
Oh, the Three Stooges movie is made by the Dumb and Dumber people.
Yep.
They
know their bowl cuts.
They sure do.
Since it's ultimate F-off day for us, Andrew, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. What do you got anything on your mind? Any beef?
Usually no.
I saw on Instagram, Depot, you had some, looks like some bros from back home in town last week for the game.
Oh, yeah.
That looked pretty fun.
Had a bunch of my buddies. Yeah, all my high school buddies. We've been together since we were 5 or 6 years old, and probably the other guys I probably met in like 6th grade, so we've all been pretty close. Since then, they all picked a game this year to come out to. Just so happened to be the Monday night game, like the primetime game, and it was cool. It was awesome. Their wives were not happy, but I should say they had a fun time. I had a fun time hearing about their fun time.
I bet.
I did not know that you could do all that they did in Minnesota in December.
What did they do?
I mean, they did pretty much everything. I mean, damn near everything. They went out. They got into a lot of trouble, spent a lot of money. So kudos to the Minnesota economy. They kind of helped a little bit less.
Very kind of them. We got you must have been bowling recently. We got a text from a listener who said they met you at a bowling alley and you couldn't have been nicer, and they appreciate you taking time to talk to them and take a picture with he and his four-month-old kid.
Bowling alley.
Oh, you don't remember that?
Uh-oh.
Maybe there's a Depot impersonator out there.
Maybe. Or, no, maybe it was a thing I did Monday night. That was at a bowling alley.
Okay.
All right.
Thank God. I thought we had another Mike Tice.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I thought we had another Mike Tice situation on our hands.
Yeah, there's an imposter out there.
A dude running around taking pictures with babies.
Did I ever tell you the Mike Tice story, Andrew DePaola?
No, you haven't.
Are you familiar with the man?
The coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing now? What's Mike Tice doing now? Anyone know?
He's retired.
He's retired.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you go to Bunny's, you could find out.
Oh, is he in town?
Oh, yeah. He was at a game.
He was what?
He was at a game recently. It was either the Falcons game or the Monday night game.
Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Is he back in town? Is he back living in town?
I think he is.
Huh.
I had no idea, but
I'm surprised by that.
Played in the National Football League, coached a little bit here with the Vikings, and this is when he was an offensive line coach for the Vikings, late 90s, and I was married at the time, and my ex and her family wanted to go to the Super Bowl, which wonderful. But the Vikings, that was the year the Vikings lost in the title game to Atlanta. So 98, yeah, okay. And when that happened, that paired up with too many responsibilities here at the radio station. When the Vikings were eliminated in the NFC title game, I said, look, you guys go to the Super Bowl. I'm too pissed off to go, and plus I got a lot of work to do. And so they went, and they were updating me daily. They were there for a whole week. They kept calling me, we're doing this, we're doing that. You know how that stuff goes. And throughout the entire week, they were telling me, hey, you're not going to believe this, but we've been partying with Mike Tice all week long. He's a very nice guy, and it's just great. Well, that's very believable, of course, that Mike Tice will be hanging around Miami in the week leading up to the Super Bowl. So I believed them. He stayed. My ex family had money. They had a big boat they were living on for the week, on the ocean. He stayed on the boat with us. He partied with us all night. Mike Tice this, Mike Tice that. At one point or another, they called and said, we're out partying at this something or another, and Mike Tice is with us. Do you want to talk to him? I said, sure. So I said, hello, and he says, hey, how's it going? Big guy. I wasn't wildly familiar with how he sounded over the telephone, so of course I believed it was him. And I said, Mike, we got a radio show here in town. Why don't you come on the show sometime? Oh, I'd really love that. I've heard of you guys. Absolutely. I'd love to be there. All right, man, I got to go. So that happens all week long. My ex-wife and her entire family return from Miami from watching the Super Bowl, and they get the pictures developed, and they bring them over to the house. And I said, well, let me see the picture. And they pull one picture out of the stack and say, well, here's us with Mike Tice. I look at the picture, of course, for half of a second, and I say, that's not Mike Tice. And they said, what? And I said, I pointed the picture at the character that they identified as Mike Tice. I said, this is the guy who claimed to be Mike Tice? And they said, yeah. And I said, it's not him. And they were absolutely floored, embarrassed, everything. He was a big dude. But not Mike Tice big, not NFL big. And also, the dead giveaway, and I know this is always my favorite part of the story when I get a chance to tell it, is this guy who was supposed to be Mike Tice is in the photo wearing jean shorts and a Leroy Horde Vikings jersey. And I said, the first friggin' giveaway, you idiots, is a professional NFL coach is not going to be wearing friggin' jean shorts and a faded jersey from the team that he works for. What's the matter with you? They were so embarrassed and so, what's the word I'm looking for? I lost the word, but you get the point.
I'm sure they felt like, violated. The guy took advantage of them.
The guy spent the night on their boat.
That's crazy.
Just some stranger there with his, Vikings training camp Mankato 96 tank top on or something, something a coach would never wear. That's the Mike Tice story.
Thank God for smartphones now. That won't happen. You can just Google so easily.
You still should have had him on the radio.
I should have.
And you should have called him out on the radio.
Yeah, his real name is Gary. He's from Prior Lake.
That's got an interesting story.
God help us. Did you guys exchange gifts, Andrew DePaola, you and your teammates?
No, not yet. Not yet. We've got, a white elephant game coming up here in a couple days, so we're going to play that, and hopefully I get something good.
Okay, you sit down at somebody's house or at a bar or at the facilities there, and you do the white elephant gift gimmick?
Yeah, just here at the facility.
Oh, my gosh, I bet being a part of your guys' white elephant gift trade is so fun. How do I get in? What's the minimum that you have to spend?
That might be shocking.
Does it get outrageous?
Our minimum's only $350.
$350?
Yeah.
Because usually, it's $10 to $15 for a regular.
Right.
I expected that to be higher. Okay.
What is the most terrific gift you've seen? There's probably a long list, actually, during this white elephant game. What's something where you said, "Oh my damn! I mean, this is something special here."
Yeah, there's been a few. I mean, there's a couple of MacBooks that fly around every year, a couple iPads. There once was what do you call it? Like an airplane ride over the Twin Cities. You got to go on. That one was pretty cool. And then last year, and this happened, I got the gift. So I got this gift. It was this little box. I opened it. I think it was like a bracelet or something, like nothing too crazy, just like a normal bracelet or whatnot. And I knew there was something under the bracelet. I just didn't. I was like, all right, I'll look at it, because you got to open it and show the guys so that somebody could like take it from you if they want it. And I was like, oh, look, it's a bracelet, haha, it's cool, thanks, guys. Like, I'm not going to get this stolen from me, because I knew there was something under it and I didn't want to look.
Smart.
And the person who bought the gift was like, no, what's under it? And I was like, no, like, there's nothing under it. It's just like tissue paper. And he's like, no, lift it up. And it was $2,000 cash. And I was like, I knew there was something good under here. Why did you do that? And that got stolen immediately, and I think it got stolen again, and then, someone locked it in. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Man, you're so close.
So what'd you end up with? Do you remember?
Last year?
Yeah, do you remember?
Last year, what did I end up with?
Friggin' Maserati or something?
No. I had an iPad and it got stolen at the last second. Yeah. I can't remember what I ended up with. It probably wasn't anything cool.
That's a high-stakes white Christmas.
Yeah, no wonder you're looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I ended up with last year? I ended up with those Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
Oh, dude, those are pretty cool.
That's really cool.
They're epic, dude.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, I ended up with those, and I re-gifted them. So
you got to know how to save a buck. You got to know how to. What do you think of this? I know we got to let you go in about 2 seconds here, but Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow gifted his offensive line with authentic Japanese katana swords.
That's sweet.
That is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I would like one. That'd be cool.
Probably worth a lot.
I'd be worried that the boys would hurt themselves.
Yeah, I'd be
like,
worried
my
your
whole thing
kid
with-
to get a hold of it.
Oh, yeah.
My whole thing with that is, like, you put that in their hands, and then who knows who's going to get a hold of it, and then, like, if they do some damage with that, like, are you responsible? Like, maybe not,
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You just answered the question.
Yeah.
I know, like, mentally I would be, like, crushed. Like, oh, my gosh, I provided them the tool. Right.
to kill with a
You know?
katana.
He was a great receiver until his arm was cut off.
You joke, but I'm sure it could have happened somewhere.
I would also get the same feeling. I would get a crushing feeling of responsibility if my prize katana sword ended up in the wrong hands and some guy runs through a park naked, cutting. Who knows? Everyone's out of their minds nowadays. Japanese katana swords, it says each is unique, and one of Joe Burrow's teammates, an offensive lineman by the name of Orlando Brown, said he loves his katana sword because in his mind, I don't know why this quote cracks me up. In his mind, a sword is the most ancient form of respect.
What? This is so dorky. It's so dorky.
Yeah.
I love
This
it.
guy's watched a lot of old karate movies and whatnot. Oh, man. Andrew, we wish you the greatest Christmas, and we thank you very much because we won't talk to you for a couple weeks. We got some time off. So not only Merry Christmas, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, guys. Everyone enjoy it with whoever you enjoy it with. I hope it's amazing. And it's going to be a long 2 weeks, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we'll miss you, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will miss you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
keep
guys.
winning. That's the bottom line. Keep going.
Keep winning, Andrew.
I'll tell the guys.
All right.
Yeah, pass that around.
He wasn't planning on doing that until Randy mentioned it.
There was an old man on the radio.
Kick it around the position meetings today. See what they say.
So long, Andrew.
See you guys.
All right, take care.
Yeah, you know what? It's Ultimate F-Off Day. We didn't even talk about. And I'll be honest with you. I have no idea when they play next. The Minnesota Vikings.
Sunday at
Sunday
3.
against Seattle.
The Seattle Seahawks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got no chance in that one.
Well, they're lucky they don't have the schedule some of these other teams have, where they're playing Saturday and then they're playing on Christmas Day on Wednesday again the next week.
Correct. Yep.
Let's.
Well, I mean, there's no way you can play on a Sunday, turn around and play on a Wednesday.
No,
whoever's
still
playing
Saturday
the
to
early
Wednesday
games
is rough enough.
I hear a lot of days of the week being said out loud. I'm not sure what's happening.
Now you're going to have to sing the song.
Oh, how do we?
Days of the week song.
Can I just do the months?
Oh, yeah, the months of the year.
I like singing about the months of the year. I'll sing it to our next guest. Let's talk to Phil on the telephone. No, not Phil. No, I'll get this right. Let's talk to Bill on the telephone. Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
January, February, March, April, June. What did I miss? May, June, July. Yeah. Good God. You take it, Cubby.
August, September, October, November. Oh, wait. Then December.
These are the months of the year. I wanted to sing for you, Bill, the months of the year.
It.
Yeah, you do. Bill's our latest purple picker. What are you doing right now, Bill? What are you doing?
I am at home getting ready to work from home.
Working from home. What do? You want to talk about your job a little bit on the radio?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an estimator for a construction company in town that's fairly well known. But it's I'm in the wind business, so wind turbines.
Oh. That sounds interesting. How do you get ready to work at home?
Put some pants on?
As soon as I get off the phone with you guys, I plug my computer in.
Yeah.
Sounds really difficult. Nice.
Miserable.
Cup of coffee,
Nice,
maybe?
man.
Cup of whatever. Get comfortable, Bill. It's going to be a long one here. You got to get all your work done before the holidays kick in. Well, thanks for getting involved in our Purple Pick'em situation. You already won a $25 gift card to Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Eagan. Where are you from? You're from New Brighton, it says here.
Yeah, I live in New Brighton.
You don't bother going down to Eagan, do you?
We make it over there occasionally.
Well, stop by and say hello.
You can stop by Cubby's place. You can stop by Dickey's Barbecue Pit now that you got that $25. Here's what we need from Bill, who's a bright guy. Christ almighty, he does something or another with wind turbines. I think you'll get a grip on what we're aiming for here. We need a couple of score predictions for that game coming up on Sunday. If you get either of your predictions correct, you'll win $1,000. If you get them both, $100,000.
Wow.
And a trip to that fat-ass final game. And Purple Pick'em is brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Are you a married guy, Bill?
I am.
Let's say somehow
Can you buy one of those wind deals for $100,000?
Yeah, what do those go for?
A little bit more than $100,000.
Oh, are they?
Dang.
I won't be getting one.
Cross that off the list.
And just put it in your
That was going to be
yard.
part of my white elephant game.
It's a wind turbine. That's
Anybody,
a huge gift.
we were planning on playing that, but it's going to suck after what Depot said. Everybody's giving away.
Yeah, that
$2,000.
Cubby's over there with like a deck of cards.
It's a game of Phase 10.
Oh, look at this. A Jason Momoa adult coloring book. That's just going to go right into the garbage.
You're a married guy, Bill, so tell me, let's say everything plays perfectly for you on Sunday for this ball game where we're going to get your predictions for here in a minute. Let's say everything goes perfectly, $100,000, trip to the big game. How long do you continue to be married?
Well, if I'm lucky, I've been married 21 years, and if I'm lucky, I'd have another 21. She's pretty amazing.
Well, isn't this Bill just a sweetheart?
I love Bill.
He isn't one yet.
That just
She's in the room with you,
heart.
isn't she?
Yeah.
Married
Say
20
the code word if you're in danger.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
21 years. You sound like a much younger guy than that, Bill. I was surprised to hear that. Okay, what is your prediction for the halftime score of Sunday's game?
All right, first half, Minnesota 13, Seattle 7.
Mm-hmm. And what about when she's all said and done?
Okay, final, Minnesota 23, Seattle 17.
Either one of those correct, $1,000. You get them both, $100,000 and a trip down to the big one. Brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Again, I wanted to give those people a word life because they're very supportive. Bill, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good luck. And I love you very much.
Oh.
All right, keep up the good job, guys.
Thanks, Bill.
Wow, he didn't say it back.
Waffle, I have a question.
Yeah.
Has anybody won this year at all?
No. No money's been won.
God. Have we ever had
it's a tough
anybody
one.
win?
We've had 3 people won $1,000 the first year we did it. And then no one's won since.
You know, it sounds so easy, doesn't it? But it's just not.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
tough to nail a
I mean,
score.
I don't want to sit here on a live microphone and blame our listening audience.
But they are the ones making the picks.
They're the ones making all the bad calls.
I never considered that.
Yeah.
Personal responsibility.
That would be exciting, though. Wouldn't it be just incredible if somebody did win?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's been close before. It gets really exciting.
We've wanted this so bad since this thing started.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, we have.
I mean, it would shutter this company.
Yeah, we'd be bankrupt.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
It's not a matter of not wanting it.
Oh, we want it very bad.
Thursday night football, the Chargers beat the Denver Broncos. I understand the Chargers pulled off.
Big game.
Was that a big one?
Yeah, because they're both battling in the AFC West, trying to make a wild card spot. So that's a big win for the Chargers.
It says here the Chargers scored on a rare play last night that hadn't been seen in an NFL game since 1976. They pulled off a free kick kind of a thing. It's really confusing. Do you want to hear the whole story?
Yeah, it
Sure.
is confusing.
You might want to explain it, yeah.
Well, I'm going to. The Chargers were trailing the Broncos just before halftime. They were down 21-10. Chargers were trailing the Broncos at the time. Denver had a 4th and 12 from their own 16-yard line, 8 seconds left in the half. They decided to punt, and they did. The punter boomed a 46-yarder to the Chargers' 38-yard line, where a returner for Los Angeles was back to receive. He declared for a fair catch, but he was run into, and that's a penalty. So the Broncos were called for fair catch interference, which moved the ball 15 more yards to the Denver 47. The Chargers were then given an untimed down, and they had options. Run a regular play or try a free kick. They opted for the free kick, which is lined up like a kickoff. No one had to snap the ball like Andrew DePaola does for a living. No one had to hold the ball. Right. The kicker gets to kick it off or was it a tee?
Actually, the guy had to hold it. He has to hold the ball.
All right.
Yeah.
And the dude just kicks it, takes his time, and he kicked it through the uprights, 57 yards, counts for 3 points.
Yeah.
First free kick converted since 1976. Yeah. A lot of people are touching themselves over that.
No, the situation doesn't come up very often.
No, not at all.
Or how about some absolute silliness here? A couple more NFL things. Absolute silliness, in my opinion. And it's surrounding the owner of the New York Jets, a cat that goes by the name of Woody Johnson. So the Jets, miserable year. Last offseason, says here, this is the story going around. Last offseason, the Jets were nearing a deal to acquire wide receiver Jerry Jeudy from the Denver Broncos. But the trade fell apart. And according to sources, the trade fell apart because Jets owner Woody Johnson nixed the idea after he saw Judy's player rating in the Madden NFL video game.
That can't be true. No.
What?
They do so much research on that.
Yeah, they do.
Jeudy was eventually traded to the Cleveland Browns and has had a terrific year.
Yeah.
So that's one of the Madden-related stories involving this Woody Johnson feller. This wasn't the only time that the video game has come into play with this Woody Johnson. He pushed back on signing free agent guard John Simpson in this past offseason, or maybe it was 2 offseasons ago, it doesn't matter. He did not want to sign a free agent guard by the name of John Simpson because John Simpson's awareness rating in the video game was low. Now, they eventually did sign this Simpson guy, and he's done a fine job, according to the article. So, to some people, the reference to the video game ratings is a sign that Johnson is allowing his teenage sons to influence the franchise.
Oh, 100%. If I didn't know he had teenage sons, yeah, that has to be what it is.
He has 2 teenage sons is how you say it. One named Jack, the other one named Brick for some reason.
Just like Anchorman.
Brick Hamlin.
He loves lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Brick, you killed someone with a trident.
So according to one Jets executive, when we're discussing things, the executive says, you'll hear Woody recite something that Brick or Jack read online. and his kids' opinions are being weighed heavily against whatever opinion someone else that actually works for the team.
Wow.
I wouldn't believe that, but it's the Jets, so I believe it.
Wow.
Not over yet. More complaints here on this Woody Johnson and his family. There are complaints, I guess, from Jets players and coaches that Woody allows Brick and Jack and their friends into the locker room, and his sons have openly criticized players in the locker room.
Oh,
how do they not get their asses kicked?
Because they're the owner's sons.
Yeah. Oh, that is weird. What?
According to the story, teenage kids, the sons of the owner, are coming into the locker room and saying, "Hey, man, you got to hang on to the ball," or "Hey, man, you missed that block."
Oh, God, that's not good.
And finally, in another story, Halloween this season, Karen Rodgers entered the locker room with a game ball, and he was prepared to give it to interim coach Jeff Ulbrich, who had just recorded his first win. Instead, one of the teenage kids, Brick Johnson, took it upon himself to award the game ball to some other guy. No, Karen, I'll take it from here. He takes the ball and he awards it to some other guy on the Jets roster.
I'm surprised that
multiple players said that the energy, it gets drained out of the room whenever the kids are in there, and they call that game ball nonsense the most awkward, cringeworthy, brutal experience of the year.
You would think Aaron Rodgers, since he's like so selfish and egotistical, that he wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, maybe he was high, right? I don't think Karen's always fully paying attention to it.
He's a little checked out at this point, too.
I bet.
Now, Jerry Jeudy himself, someone ran the story by him, specifically the story about how the owner didn't want him on the Jets because of his Madden rating. Jerry Jeudy said, "Why would somebody look at my Madden rating? Be real. I don't think that's real, but it's funny."
I don't believe it. I think that's a fake news for real. Why would somebody look at Madden rating? Be real. I don't think that's real, but, it's funny.
The New York Jets organization as a whole has strongly disputed the allegations of Brick and Jack influencing their decisions. I think, Brad Ryder, I think you said it best. You normally wouldn't believe it, but it's the New York Jets.
Yeah, I would discredit the story completely, but that organization's been mismanaged for so long, I kind of believe it.
Isn't the most ridiculous thing in the world to me to think that the owner's kids would act like
well,
they
no,
run
I mean,
the place?
I've been around organizations where big shots kids get access to stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I believe that. I believe that it could happen. I've seen it.
I mean, Brad has said before that's the only reason why Ryan Saunders got a job in the NBA.
Oh, stop. I've never said that.
I'm kidding. I know you're friends with Ryan, and I love him too. I'm busting your balls because you don't feel well this morning. That's when Josh knows this. When someone's not feeling well, that's when I pounce.
Yeah, you like to
That is
jump
so true.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
Not feeling well this morning. Sorry to hear that again.
No, I'm fine, but yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You sound a little rough. You've got bronchitis. Wisco maple syrup. You just went out of town for an ice fishing trip. Wisco maple syrup Jesus has texted in to say, Brad, isn't bronchitis, isn't that a kissing disease?
I don't think so. I had a dispute with my wife last night. She said that that's contagious, and I said, no, it's not. And I had her look it up, and it isn't. Technically, it is not contagious. So I actually won an argument at home.
Is that right?
Against
I'm
a lawyer?
So proud of you.
Against a
Did
lawyer?
you celebrate?
Against a lawyer, yeah. I was 1-0 for the day.
That's impressive.
And then I called it a night.
Good for you. Yeah, get right under the covers.
Yeah.
No further conversation.
And I rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Rest my case.
My carcass and my case. God help us all. What an embarrassing night for my beloved Timberwolves.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
Just terrible. Playing at home versus the New York Knickerbockers, the emotional return of Karl Anthony Towns, and that was all beautiful. It really was. The video.
Did you know I made the hype video?
What?
I was in the hype video.
I should have watched a little closer.
If you watch a little closer, if you watch it again, when he's getting off the plane, that shot when he's getting off the plane after he gets selected first in the draft and we flew him in.
Yeah.
We flew him in for the press. I'm there shaking his dad's hand when he gets off the plane.
Oh, well, the video's on YouTube, I'm sure. I'm going to freeze frame that and tell all my friends.
Yep.
Good for you, Brad. So all the pregame stuff was just wonderful, and the crowd gave Carl such a warm reception. You could tell he was emotional. And the Wolves, both clubs, were looking pretty slick for, I don't know, the first 7 or 8 minutes of that ball game last night. And then the Wolves, I really do believe, they put together what was damn near the worst second quarter of professional basketball in the history of the game. They just sucked. After the first few minutes of the game, they looked dazed. They looked unorganized. They stopped moving is how you say it, their feet on defense. They lacked energy. They started turning the ball over. It was awful. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen them play. And I don't know what's wrong with these guys.
Well,
you want to go first?
If you read the quotes from Anthony Edwards.
I did not. Go ahead.
Which I have to be honest, I'm tired of reading the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because every time this happens, it's the same problem. It's isolation basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's standing around.
Mm-hmm.
It's, we don't have the energy. How in the world can you not have the energy when you're in a building last night where your star player comes back with another team?
Mm-hmm.
How can you not be energetic for the entire basketball game? I don't understand it. But
neither do I.
Watching that basketball game, just again, this team stands around way too much. It's one guy trying to beat 5 guys on the floor, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I had a feeling things might not go well, even when they were going well, because Julius Randle was taking every shot the first 7 or 8 minutes of the game, and he was on one. I mean, he was making them, but he wasn't going to score 80 last night. I mean, you've got to get other people involved at some point, and I think at the point where he stopped making shots, then they were in trouble because everybody else kind of stood around and went, "Oh, okay, now what are we going to do?"
It was just
brutal. That Michael Beasley syndrome, man. I'm telling you, he has the Michael Beasley syndrome. The ball goes in and it doesn't come back out. It's just, there are times it's frustrating to watch them play right now.
Can I read you Rudy Gobert's line from last night?
Yes, of course.
Minus 37, Rudy.
Yeah. He played 22 minutes. He was 1 for 1 from the field. He had 4 rebounds and was a minus 37.
Yeah.
Woof. That's amazing. That's just awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. 133 to 107 was your final, and it really wasn't even that close.
It wasn't that close.
They were outscored 37 to 8 over the first 9 minutes of the second quarter. New York scored 73 points in the first half. The Knicks built a lead as big as 36 points in the third quarter. I don't know what to say. You guys covered it. At times, they look so engaged, and you have like a really a solid defensive possession, and guys are hustling their asses off, and then it just goes away. It just goes away. And that's when you get the turnovers, and that's when you get the individual one-on-one mentality. I don't know. The Warriors are here tomorrow night. If they don't get their act together, they're going to get booed off the friggin' court tomorrow night.
Well, the Warriors are struggling
bad performances.
Yeah.
How about Steph Curry last night? He didn't make a basket.
Good.
Didn't make a basket.
What was he? 0 for what? 0 for what?
The Warriors lost by 51 last night.
Whoa,
what?
You don't think they're going to be charged up to play? Oh my God!
So we're going to see which team wants to rebound more, I guess, tomorrow night.
Well, that makes it even more interesting. Yeah.
You just got a team that got beat by 51 and a team that got beat by what we lose by 30 something.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what the odds would be in Vegas for a basketball game involving Steph Curry where he does not make a field goal?
Right.
I can't even imagine what the line would be for that.
What were his stats? How many shots did he take?
0
Let
for
me take
7.
a look. Oh, you got it.
7?
7. Yeah.
What got into him that he
they
only
got blown out? They got blown out right away.
So they sat us down.
Right.
Well, who beat him by 51?
Memphis.
Oh, God. That's tomorrow night. All right, Pigs versus the hockey club tonight in St. Paul.
Which one?
Utah.
Brock Faber was hit in the face by a puck during that game against Florida Wednesday night with only 30 seconds left. A puck hit him right in the grill. He grabbed his face. He left the ice. Everyone's worried. After the game, Pigs head coach John Heidenreich Hines said Faber was being evaluated.
Okay.
They don't need another injury on that friggin'.
No, they do not.
Give us a text message right now. What does this say, Josh? Right now on the Luther Bloomington Kia text line, text CHECK, CHECK, text CHECK to 651-989-9393 for your chance to win tickets to tonight's friggin' game.
Also tonight, I'm going to be down in Inver Grove Heights at Dracula's from 7 to 9. We'll be there with Coors Light, passing out some Coors Light gear, and giving away Wild Sweet tickets at 9.
Oh, not too far from me.
Nice.
Not going to be there.
Ashley?
Yeah?
How are you this morning?
I know.
How sad are you this morning?
Nick asked me that, too, in the morning. I keep trying to, push it to the back of my head so that I forget about it, and then every time I see something about it, it makes me sad all over
Max
again.
Max Kepler is a Philadelphia Philly.
Why? And, I don't like the Phillies either.
Oh.
It could have been...
And the Phillies aren't going to like him. Yes, we need to take some time to say goodbye to the strudel.
I have
that's
so
too bad.
much stuff of, with his face on it.
You have a lot of strudel-related memorabilia?
Yeah, way too much,
You
probably.
can get a Phillies Kepler jersey before Christmas, yeah?
I guess I look good in red.
Hey, I loved the guy. I really did. He struggled on and off here with injuries and this and that. I wish him the best. It does suck to see the Strudes leave town, Maxie Kepler. I'm sure it's breaking Byron Buxton's heart. They're best friggin' friends. But
my dad's the one that is the reason I love Max Kepler. Me and him usually, we haven't done it in a couple years, but we used to go every summer for his birthday. I'd buy him Twins tickets. And the first year Kepler was here, my dad goes, hey, that guy's around your age. He's like, he's really good looking too. And he's German. That's different. And right then and there, I fell in love.
Yeah, that ass.
1 year deal for the Strudes. He played over 1,000 ball games for the Twinnies.
Yeah. He had his moments. There's
Hell of a
no
nice
doubt.
guy too.
I wouldn't want to go play for the Phillies. Their fans are such.
Oh, I would.
They better not be mean to him.
They're going to be mean to him.
Oh, they're going to be mean to him.
It's not
they're going to be competitive. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be girls that are Phillies fans that are going to think that that's their man, and that's not their man.
No, it's not.
That's my man.
That National League East has just turned into a war because Soto's now with the Mets.
Yeah.
And the Phillies' grip on the East is tenuous at best now because the East is going to be very competitive. So,
Ashley, why don't we go to Philadelphia the next time?
Well, the Twins probably play him. Do they play him?
About to look that up.
Well, they play everybody. They don't have to play the Twins. But let's go to Philadelphia for a Phillies game when the Strudes is out in right field. And you can play a little game of, bitch, that's not your man, with all of the females in the crowd and see how it plays out.
I'll kick some ass in Philly. Somehow I'll be the a-hole in Philly that day.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
Sure, if they play the Twins, that'd be the perfect situation. But even if they don't, I want to play a little game of bitch, that ain't your man. With you. You can maybe, in Philly, they might even allow a sign that says, bitch, that ain't your man.
Yeah, they probably do.
Just hold that over your head.
Like on kids' night, because it's a little cleaner.
You can probably get that sponsored in Philly.
Kids' night would be good, Josh.
Yeah, because it'd be a little more clean than what I'd imagine.
Yes. Yes. Well, that ought to do it for us here on Ultimate F-Off Day as far as things go with Brad Ryder and Randy Shaver. I hope that both of you have a terrific Christmas. We will be back on the 30th and 31st, and then we get more time off. Corporate radio rules. We win.
I might come in and see you on the 30th.
Why don't you stop by and see us?
I might.
We would love that. Randy Shaver, when are you going to drop by and see us in person?
Oh, probably never.
We got to get going. But we wish you a happy Christmas. And,
same to you guys.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
And have a great birthday, Randy, as well.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's Randy's birthday on Monday. Send him something on social media. Everybody. Thanks, you guys.
See ya.
We'll be back here in a few minutes on the Programski.
There's a douchiness to them.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning wants to wish you a happy holiday season and wants to let you know that Standard Heating is ready if you face a heating emergency. Their expert team is available through the holidays to make sure you stay warm and safe, no matter what. Become a Smart Club member so that you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're covered for the upcoming winter season. For more info or 24/7 emergency heating services, call 612-824-2656. Comfort you deserve since 1930.
My World with Jeff Jarrett takes wrestling fans behind the scenes, along with King of the Mountain, Conrad Thompson.
I wanted to ask you about what you know, if anything, on the new WWE ID program, where they're apparently going to be working with some independent wrestlers.
My encouragement to any independent wrestler out there, build your value and then understand your value, and then you create your own leverage. There's no substitute for hard work and getting over.
My World with Jeff Jarrett, wherever you listen.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Go ahead. Make my day.
On 93X.
I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Ultimate F-off day. We're headed off to celebrate Christmas here in 30 minutes. Next week, we will be home. This will be the last live broadcast you hear from us for a week. Hope everyone has a glorious holiday. We'll be back on the 30th, 31st, something like that. We'll be back, but next week, gone. Before we go anywhere, we need to continue our wonderful Christmas tradition here on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Headphones are coming off.
Need to tell you a little story.
Pants coming off as well.
Who likes a good story?
I do.
Christmas
Who likes
stories are
a good
greatest.
holiday story?
Oh, yeah.
Me.
Probably one of my favorites.
Yes. Boys and girls, gather around the radio. I'm about to tell you the special Christmas story about my grandma and a big kettle of clam chowder. I'll give you a minute to gather around the radio. Get the kiddies. If you're at the warehouse or whatever, shut off all the machinery. Because this is a very special Christmas story, and I dedicate it to all of you, our listening audience, who do so much for us. We appreciate you so much. I'd never miss out on talking about Grandma and her clam chowder. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Oh, in 99 or 2000 or something. At my folks' place. And all through the house, there were Borns everywhere. Everywhere you looked. My dad's side of the family. All my family was there. Including my elderly grandmother, God rest her soul. Why? And I still have no idea why, even after all these years. Why somebody brought a big fat-ass kettle of clam chowder to the party. Still, after all these years, I don't know why this was included in our meal on Christmas Eve. We weren't clam chowder people. That
It's
probably
unique.
was.
I haven't heard that before.
You hadn't?
No, that people did that in a holiday time. You know,
Had
usually
never
it's
seen it.
traditional foods.
Had never seen it before, Josh, and as some folks are going to learn here in a few minutes, never saw it again. There's good reason why I never saw it. But
And you share that with people who have heard this story that have gone away from clam chowder.
Yeah.
That was my dad would make clam chowder quite often.
Really? Did one of your family members just visit, I don't know, Maine or something? Where do clams?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Like I said, I still to this day don't know why that was included.
Weird.
In our Christmas meal. I don't think I'd ever been in the same room with clam chowder up to that point in my life. But it was there.
I'm done with it after hearing the story. You know, I'm certainly, I've moved away. Definitely from the white cream version. That's gone.
Yeah.
That surprises me because I thought you were the type of person that could eat through anything, Josh.
Not this.
There are limits.
Yeah.
Like I said.
When it becomes Gramchowder, I'm not interested.
we weren't clam chowder people. It's Christmas. Ham, potatoes, beer. So this kettle of clam chowder is boiling on the stove. The smell of it is making most of us sick. But not Grandma. She's straight up psyched. So someone planted a big bowl of this swill in front of my older than the hills grandmother. And one thing you need to know, it helps the story, my late grandma and everyone on her side of the family, including my late great father, zero interest at all in table manners of any kind, ever. My dad's side of the family just raked food towards their mouths and hoped that some of it would get in there. That was their style. I was never excited to eat a meal with those people. It was like watching pigs at a trough. Miserable. Truly miserable. So Grandma sits down all by herself at the table and just starts firebombing, just windmilling this white, slimy-looking clam chowder into her Jurassic yapper. And some of it is actually falling into her mouth. Most of it is landing on her face, her clothes, the table. That in itself was disturbing enough. And then I see my former sister-in-law develop a look on her face that tells me she had seen something horrifying. Her face changed. I assumed she was just reacting to the usual horrors of seeing my grandmother eat. But that was not the case. I look over and I saw that while Grandma was sweeping clam chowder at her face in hopes of it becoming a meal, she had developed a terrible nosebleed. She had blood rushing out of her. We're not talking about a little trickle. Blood is rushing out of her nose hole like she just got into a bar fight with Scott Steiner. And then we saw something that everyone in that room will never forget. We saw that a good amount of Grandma's blood was pouring into her soup. And she was sweeping this combination of blood and clam chowder into her mouth. And eating it! Everybody in the room sees this. She's just sweeping and bleeding. And the clam chowder has become no longer this pure white slime, but a pinkish slime. Like a strawberry swirl sometimes. My mom was the only one in the room who had the courage to say anything. The rest of us were trying not to vomit. I distinctly remember my mother's exact words when she said, Margaret, you have a nosebleed. There was a lot of food left on the table that night, Josh.
I can imagine.
Appetites were ruined, not only temporarily, but I think a lot of our appetites were altered forever. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
This is one of the few times where blood actually just disgusts me. This story.
Nobody's going to blame you for that.
Yep.
I hate that comment you just made.
It was just for you, Josh. Merry Christmas.
A listener named Barb texted in to say that's called Manhattan style.
Ah, yes.
Clam chowder.
Sure. Yeah, and plenty of people, they consider this, after hearing that story every year, officially Christmas time.
It makes me feel good that I can share it with friends. It makes me feel good to know that some of you look at it as a Christmas tradition. After what we went through that evening, I'm glad that it turned into something positive.
Yeah.
Because it was absolutely one of the most surreal things I'd ever seen in my life.
I'm glad I've never seen anything like that. Never once, and I hope to never. Although, very vivid the imagery when that story is told.
Yeah, I picture it the same way every time.
She was a nice old lady.
picturing the grandma in Christmas Vacation. Or Vacation. One of the Vacation movies.
The one who wrapped a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I remember the one who wrapped a cat. Yeah, that lady was very funny. Clueless. My grandma wasn't that clueless, although maybe the story says different. I'm not so sure. What else is going on around here?
That could happen to anybody.
It could, sure. What else is happening around here on this ultimate F-off day? I assume nothing has changed. Josh, I ask you this same time every year. What are you expecting for a holiday bonus this Christmas?
Well, it's been a long time since we've had a holiday bonus around here, so I'm going to say I'm not going to expect a thing.
Listeners, if you get a holiday bonus, a Christmas bonus of any type at work, I hope this isn't too personal of a question. If you'd like to tell us about it, we're interested. 651-989-9393. What does your workplace do for you come the holidays? We hear nothing but negative things on this topic. Maybe someone out there's got a positive, great story about something wonderful that their company, their boss, whoever, does for you come Christmas.
We'd like to live vicariously through you people.
Yeah, yesterday I was at a holiday lunch for a company. They were nice enough to invite me, and everybody seemed to enjoy that. Something they do every year, try and find a different place. You know, they're used to going to the same fast food places together, but they went to a sit-down restaurant, and I got to hang out.
That's very nice, I suppose.
Right away, I got a text message.
I meant as a Christmas gift.
Yeah, I went on
as a holiday bonus.
I went on a company Christmas party ride-along yesterday.
I'd prefer just a gift card I could go by myself without all my coworkers.
Right from the get-go, okay, the text machine has gone bananas since I asked people to tell us about their Christmas bonus, if any. We'd love to hear the positive ones. Of course, we'll absolutely listen to the negative ones. We'll listen to you bitch. No doubt. That's part of the fun around here. What do you get for a Christmas bonus? We're at 651-989-9393. Right away, I got a good one. $500.
Oh, here's someone with $2,000.
Yeah,
Here's somebody who gets $8,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, my boyfriend
5,000?
gets a pretty decent bonus every year. He's still waiting on the one from last year, though, so that's kind of interesting.
Well, then he doesn't get one every year.
They're a little behind, I guess.
I guess so.
You know that
we've never got a cash bonus, but we had some nice stuff in the past.
Yeah, I suppose jackets.
Yeah, we got a
things.
cool jacket. We got remember the poker chip set? That was really nice.
We got a
to Disney.
Tickets.
So when we worked for Disney. Keep in mind, we were making absolutely no money, but they gave us this card where you and 3 people could go for free. But, you got to get there.
Yeah, how are you going to get there?
First, you got to go all the way to what? California, Florida?
Yeah,
Which
one of the two.
Right. So you got into the park for free, but there's no hotel or plane ride or anything. But still, to hear $500 and then hearing things like $8,000,
that's crazy.
Good for you. Josh came up with that. I know Josh has a motto that everyone knows now. He's the one who came up with it. His motto is $20 is $20.
That's right.
What's your motto when it comes to $8,000?
$8,000 is unheard of.
Unheard of.
We got shoes from our boss one year. That was pretty cool. Well, I still wear those.
That's our boss being great.
I've
got my shoes on now. The same ones you got.
Oh, nice. Still in good shape.
The boss, the boss gave you guys shoes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I got a pair of sunglasses, maybe?
Yep.
Let me ask you, Ashley, did those shoes suck or did those shoes rule?
Those shoes rule.
They rule.
Yeah, they rule.
Yeah, he's a sneakerhead. He knows his shoes.
But those shoes suck.
Yeah, but some of the shoes ruled
some suck.
that you guys received for a Christmas bonus. Some of them sucked.
Yeah.
Some of them were $300.
Yeah. We're not trying to be a deck.
No.
But that's just how it was.
Not trying to be a deck at all.
No.
A computer and a car. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Look it up. It's, what was her name again?
Kelly.
It's Kelly when she gets what she wants. If you don't know that bit, you must be living on Mars, but that's what we're referencing here if you're totally confused.
Wow, these are coming in quick.
Yeah.
A lot of cash.
We're going to have to take a break because our listeners' messages about their Christmas bonuses are coming in faster than you can say Jack Robinson. And I do want to learn about this because it has been a long time. Not that I care. I don't expect the whatever. I know there are probably some people out there who get very butthurt. Where's my Christmas bonus? I'm not that style of person, but it has been a while.
It has, but like around here, it's not like you can tell they're holding on to a big fat purse. Right?
True.
There's just nothing to give.
True.
So you can't be upset.
It does matter when there is absolutely nothing to give.
Half-assed morning show.
Put the candle back.
On 93X.
I put on the wrong
I
headphones.
saw that.
If you're just tuning in, Josh earlier got us all Christmas gifts, and what he got me was a brand new set of headphones. And thank you again, Josh. That's way too generous of a gift.
My pleasure. You should have had those a long time ago.
So I got the new headphones sitting here next to the piles of garbage I was using for the last couple of years, and as we were going live there, I put the old ones on. I didn't hear a damn thing out of those. Didn't hear a damn thing.
Do you mind me sharing? It was an off-air moment that it was my favorite part of the day, and there's been so many fun parts of today. Can I share? You know what I'm talking about?
Go right ahead. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about.
Well, we're in commercial.
Yes.
And and we don't sell enough of them to get a Christmas bonus, but we're in commercial. And a commercial that you did came on the radio, and you're doing it with somebody else.
That's right.
And I look over and I see your facial expressions change, and it took me a second to realize what you were doing.
Was I getting very happy and then I would get very upset?
Yeah, I was going to say.
My facial expressions?
I noticed you were smiling brightly anytime you spoke.
Okay.
But when another person spoke, you'd frown. Because you were like, oh my gosh, here I am. And then, oh, there I go. It was not directed towards that other person. It just wasn't you in that commercial.
Well, I think it makes total sense. I mean, when that other person was talking, they're just wasting time.
You're like, get back to you.
Get back to me.
Did you see that, Ashley?
Yes, I did.
Oh, your face was so funny.
It was a range of emotions I was going through.
And it felt like it was a puzzle, like I solved a puzzle. Figuring out
I'm glad
what was
you enjoyed
triggering those facial changes.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Even after all these years, I can't get enough of hearing my voice on the radio. and good thing so many of you agree with me. We were talking Christmas bonuses around here, and we're about ready to wrap it up. We're getting out of here. Ultimate F-off day. Have a great Christmas. We'll get all that gushiness out of the way here in due time. We were talking about Christmas bonuses. Do you get them? What do you get? Now, the texts were rolling in fast as a sumbitch. I tried to print off as many as I could. Listeners were texting in at 651-989-9393 telling us all about their Christmas bonuses, good or bad. Now, quite a few of you, jack squat. And that sucks. I guess depending on who you are. Like I said, some folks get really butthurt by things like, oh, you didn't give me a Christmas bonus. Some don't care. A good amount of you, Jack-ola. Others, let me give you a quick rundown of what I was able to pull off the text machine. What some of our listeners received this year or in past years for a Christmas bonus. A pizza.
Oh, like a whole pizza to yourself? All right.
It's a whole pizza to themselves.
That's pretty cool.
They can do whatever they want with it.
I'm going to have some pizza today.
Lucky.
You should.
Oh, of course, many, many, many of you received or receive cash monies for a Christmas bonus. And I saw a range from $100 all the way up to, I think the biggest bonus I saw was $56,000.
Whoa,
my God.
That's insane.
That's life-changing.
There.
Was that the one from the guy who said it was his father that got that?
I think he said it was his father or his mama.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was a parent, and I remember he said, like, compared to his yearly salary, that was impressive, just the bonus.
Just lick me down. $56,000. Here's a listener who received one complimentary breakfast.
Oh, sure.
A big beer party.
Oh, fun.
Sweet.
We had one of those.
A case of beer.
Not bad.
Frozen ham and turkey.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a ham one year. It was the very first year I worked in radio. It's just a part-time guy, nights, weekends, that type of thing. And the company got everybody ham, and I was like a nice big honey-baked ham. And I'm like, well, this is great. Radio's going to be wonderful. Haven't got anything since.
Nothing?
Nope.
You know, did you get, when you worked for the Poll Ads, did you get like free season tickets or anything like that?
We had full ballpark access.
Sweet.
Just come and go as we wanted. We also had
I'll
access
give you some ballpark access.
Yeah, you will. We also got to go to the lunchroom every day in Target Field, and boy, did they have a nice spread each and every day.
Cool.
One listener says, for my Christmas bonus, I got a T-shirt and a piece of ass, and they were both too big.
Oh, no.
A cooler and a Carhartt jacket.
That's pretty
awesome.
nice. I had a buddy that he worked in a union, and they would do like the end of the year Christmas party with their whole union, and it would be like a massive raffle. So the raffle tickets were free. They supplied beer for free, and they would give away prizes like 60-inch TV, like a 4-wheeler, just crazy prizes.
Wow. That's awesome.
The only downside is not everybody won something because it was a raffle, but the people that did were pretty happy.
You know, a buddy of mine, he works a similar situation. He's in HVAC, and the company he works for, they'll give away these crazy prizes, just like you said, the raffles, but plenty of them. Everybody gets something, but some of those are outrageous.
One of our listeners received their Christmas bonus just a couple days ago, and it was a card and a pack of meat sticks.
Sweet.
We're kind of a pack of meat sticks around here.
That's a good way to describe us.
Some of you are doing all right.
Yeah, you know, I think any gesture is pretty nice. I mean, like, I always thought it was cool that if they gave us, it was always station-branded stuff, but it was something creative. Like that poker chip set. That was really cool. And it came in a cool, like, suitcase, basically.
Oh, yeah.
That was fancy schmancy.
Yeah, really well. That's probably the fanciest thing we ever got.
That poker set was beautiful, and I think you could have walked into any house and laid that out on their table and said, let's play some poker, and folks would have been impressed. It was top-of-the-line stuff. What do you mean here? One listener says the boss's wife usually sends a Christmas nude.
That's so weird.
What do you mean here? One guy says, all I got for a Christmas bonus was an ulcer and a new guy who can't find his ass with 2 hands and a map.
I like it around job sites when you hear the new guy get yelled at. That's kind of fun. There's usually some creative stuff being thrown out there.
You used to yell at the new guys.
I've never yelled at a new guy.
You were mean to the new guys.
I've never been mean to a new guy.
Before we get out of here, I suppose we should just tell our listeners how important they are to us and how much we enjoy the relationship that we have here on this morning show. And we hope you have a safe, happy holiday season. Bye, damn. I hope you get everything you want and you have the time of your life. Be careful. This and that. And we'll talk to you before New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we're going to be back on the 30th and 31st. I wanted to mention, I've got some shout-outs to do here, but
I bet you got a lot of shout-outs.
I do, and I want to apologize, not just for today, but any day. If we miss one, it is never on purpose. Never. It's just sometimes.
Oh, sometimes it's on purpose.
It's never on, not on my watch.
Sometimes I will see a shout-out directed to you, and I will delete it when you're not looking. Because I don't like the particular person.
You don't appreciate the shout-out?
Sometimes I delete them. Isn't this as we approach the holidays, isn't this a time where maybe we come clean on some things?
Go ahead.
I've deleted text messages so you don't, so you are unable to give them a shout-out.
All right, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's not on purpose.
No, Josh would never do that.
No, so we do our best, and I'm confident we're going to miss some today just because of how many texts were coming in. And thank you for all the generous texts that have been sent in as well. It's been great. Good for the ego, I got to say.
It is.
Everybody's been very nice and saying some nice things. Thank you. Congrats to Looks Like a Needle, Moves Like a Sewing Machine Jesus, closing on his first house today. Sleeps with whores Jesus, texting a shout-out to his smoking hot wife, not a whore Jesus. See if you can do that math. Happy early 10th anniversary shout-out to Destiny from Dresses Like a Cowboy, but not a cowboy Jesus. Happy birthday to Jacoby, turning the big 04 today. A bittersweet shout-out here because a heavenly birthday shout-out to wish 3 daughters, 1 son, Jesus' mom, both on the 23rd. She has passed. Wishing Has to Poop in Fleet Farm Jesus a happy 25th birthday, happy 45th to dairy farming sheet metal banging your mom Jesus. Have a great holiday season to each and every one. And if you're interested, like I mentioned, we are back on the 30th with fewer dripping grandma stories.
Oh.
At least that's the plan so far.
Now you never know. It's going to be a long week off.
Merry Christmas.
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. 93
The 93X Half-Ass Morning Show podcast is sponsored by Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. New episodes drop each weekday. If your podcast platform has ratings, go ahead and give us 5 stars and maybe give our enemies 1. Thanks, and here's a word from our sponsor.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning wants to wish you a happy holiday season and wants to let you know that Standard Heating is ready if you face a heating emergency. Their expert team is available through the holidays to make sure you stay warm and safe, no matter what. Become a Smart Club member so that you'll have peace of mind knowing that you're covered for the upcoming winter season. For more info or 24/7 emergency heating services, call 612-824-2656. Comfort you deserve since 1930.